Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Challenger Podcast. Today we're joined with Free Game Dino the third, my guy Black Uchiha the second. And today we'll be bringing you a bunch of Boruto content, potential Negro news, and potentially even some other stuff with politics. And Trump and Elon got into a fight today. I probably want to talk about that too.
Wait, what?
Yeah, bro. Elon said Trump on the Epstein files.
Oh shit. Before we jump into that, yo, if you're new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. But damn, wait, what? Wait, hold on. Before we start off on that as well, happy belated birthday to a fellow podcaster, Black Uchiha. Everybody, when you join, please put happy birthday in the chat to Black Uchiha. It was on Tuesday though, but yeah, still give my boy some love on his birthday. Happy birthday, Black.
Facts. Happy belated birthday, my guy. Oh, I got muted.
My guy muted. He didn't even hear.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, he didn't even hear. Still drop your birthday shout out to Black though.
Yeah, he just typed in the chat. He said he lost hearing. I don't know. Maybe
he went deaf.
maybe he got exit and joined again. But chat, don't worry. We told him happy belated birthday before the pod. You feel me? Before the pod. But this is just
that's crazy.
Yeah, tight shit.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell him to hop on and off.
Yeah, probably. Discord kind of been bugging all day today, chat. I don't know if y'all know. Maybe it's been affecting y'all too.
Yeah,
it's been bugging all day.
We was gonna do the podcast on the stage, and we was gonna possibly my idea. I ain't really bring the crew up on this. Is possibly let other people join in as well. But sorry guys, Discord is bugging right now, so I don't think we're gonna be able to do that. Maybe next pod. So yeah, hopefully. But
I'm back.
Oh, Black, yeah. We wish you a happy birthday, bro. And you didn't hear none of it.
Yeah. I heard Barb said ladies, and then everything went silent.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, you straight, bro.
Yeah.
You straight. Yeah. I told everybody to leave you a happy birthday in the chat. So if you repeat
the chat. I appreciate the love. Yeah, my channel was telling me happy birthday. They've been telling me happy birthday the last 3 days, so I appreciate it, y'all, for sure.
Yeah, fine.
Your boys coming
you mentioned week.
So maybe we'll do a birthday pod or something for me and Black. We'll see what's up.
Big June babies. Yeah.
Geminis, for sure.
I heard people that was born in the summer kind of soft. Man. I don't know, partners.
That's crazy.
Only thing that I would say about that is our birthdays is in Pride Month. But
I didn't even think about.
I seen some people in that community kick some fucking ass though. So I don't know, bro.
Nah, that's true. That is true.
I seen them whoop some ass.
Bro, they throw any type of month celebrated in June, bro, because June isn't just like Pride Month. It's like it's like Mental Health Awareness Month. It's like some other month. It's like June. Just throw it in June. I'm like, that's crazy. But hey, we got clout. We got clout in June, man. Everybody want to do something.
19th is 2 weeks away. Just think about that. It's gonna be on a Thursday.
Yeah, facts. How you feel about doing a community birthday pod, Black?
Yeah, we could do that. I'm trying. What you want to do on your birthday, or you trying to do it before?
We ain't got to do it on my birthday. We can do it probably before. We can do it on a Thursday.
Oh, and now I ain't gonna lie. I was gonna say that too. I forgot to say it to you earlier, bro. Now you probably mark like the 20th, 25th person I know in my life that's born in June, bro. Just to keep it above.
What the fuck? That's a very low amount of people.
A long amount of people, bro. Like I told you, my homeboy. So it's too many people, bro, born in June in my life, bro. It's crazy.
Ooh, how much people you know was born in February? Like, what's the metric for knowing how much is too much and too little? I don't even know, to be honest.
If I'm saying happy birthday like every other day, like more than once a week.
Oh yeah, I get it. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, that's kind of like me with February, but in February I only know I have to say happy birthday to probably about like 6-7 people, and I think that's a lot. So
that's a good amount right there too.
Yo, so I wanted to ask y'all though, because I had sent those videos, and you did say it's a video game again, but I just wanted to pose a question off of just the reanimations that they've been put it online and on X. I think I seen the Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki one being reanimated for the video game.
Oh,
By the way,
this on the game?
yeah, it's on a game. I wanted to say it's just this game is just like based in Japan though. Like they're not bringing
No,
this
I
movie
think
out
it's
to the US.
China. I
Or
think it's
China.
China.
Sorry, yeah, you're right. China. Excuse me. It's only based in China though, so it's not a game that we can actually play unless get a VPN and find a way to get it. But
What's the name of it? I might tap in.
fuck, I can't remember. I have to look on Twitter again. I think I sent that link in the group chat if you want to go see. It probably say it on there. But yeah,
The text group chat or Discord?
the text group chat.
They got your boy Konohamaru looking crazy on the game. Lara, he's doing different things, man.
I ain't see that. We got to check that out. I wish you could have
I'm
played. I wish you
capping.
could play it live, but that shit.
Nah, I'm capping, bro. Don't listen to
Oh,
me.
I thought you was being serious. I was like, oh, I want to see
Or it
this.
might be, I don't know, because there is an animation with Monkey Sage Konohamaru. That might be the same game, bro.
Nah, I don't think it's that game. This game is recent. You talking about some shit that happened a little while ago?
Yeah, that's probably old. That's old news.
Yeah, probably. But I just wanted to ask this question though, for you guys. What fight in Boruto would you like to see reanimated besides Momoshiki versus Sasuke and Naruto fight?
I mean, I wouldn't want to see that one reanimated. That one's goated. Nah, but that mobile one, it's a hard. Like they did Momoshiki justice. It was like novel Momoshiki because he had a whole lot of his moves that what's the name Kishimoto made him with.
Yeah.
But I would say like, bro, Kashin Koji versus Jigen.
Gosh,
Yeah,
that's a good.
yeah,
My thing is, there's like a few fights I want to see reanimated, and a few fights I want to see like completely redone. Type shit. Like for example, Sasuke versus Urashiki. Like we barely even got to actually see it. It's like if they could just redo it and make it so like we could actually enjoy that battle, I feel like that would be fire. Like show us what happened before Boruto pulled up. If y'all remember, this is like back in like I think yeah, I think it was like back in the arc where they went to the Sand Village and Urashiki pulled up, and he was basically looking for the traces of Otsuki. He had all the Otsuki puppets. Then Kankuro ended up fighting one of the Otsuki puppets. He ended up getting packed up. But yeah, so during that arc, we basically seen Urashiki and Sasuke fight, and like before that arc, for like almost a year, everybody's been talking about a potential Urashiki and Sasuke battle. The battle happens, but we just don't see it.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. Super underwhelming. Super underwhelming. I don't remember. Like I'm trying to rewatch Naruto, but as I always do, I always start off with the war arc. Like I never go all the way back to being a Shippuden and then watch.
That's crazy.
Which I should. No. It's not that I don't like any of that content. It's just that I just want to watch that. That's like that's like my favorite part of Naruto.
I feel you.
But one day I should sit back though and watch Shippuden all over again. I did that one time.
I was start from
I watched Shippuden like 2-3 times. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I started on my rewatch. I started from the Asuma's death, like that whole scene. Not that scene, but like that arc when it was fighting Hidan and Kakuzu.
Yeah, that's a golden one too. Yeah,
I'd probably be like that.
Oh my bad. That's how I am too. Like my favorite, like probably not like my number one favorite, but one of my favorite fights is Rock Lee versus what's the dude name from the Kage clan? I can't remember his name.
Kimimaru.
Kimimaru, yeah.
The OG, yeah.
The one with the bones.
Yeah, Kimimaru.
Okay, Kimimaru. I'm thinking the dude with the dogs. I don't know why.
Yeah, that nigga Kiba.
Right yeah. Oh yeah, I'm thinking of Kiba. There you go. Yeah. I would love to see that one reanimated. That's not Boruto though, but that's like one of my favorite fights. See Rock Lee in the drunken, the drunken. What is it? Drunken fist mode, bro. That shit was funny as hell. I wish they would bring that back.
They could have just given him one more drunken fight. That would have been crazy.
Facts. They should give it to him in Boruto. But yeah, sorry to
go off the tangent.
Yeah, so you want to see what fight did you say you wanted to see remade, Black?
Me or Bart? Oh, I said what's her name? I said Kashin Koji and Jigen.
Oh
Not
yeah,
like because
facts.
they did that fight 1-to-1 to the manga. It is like no problem. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
exactly how it is in the manga. I just when I say that, I mean like
Add some
I
extra
really
shit.
want it on some like Naruto Sasuke versus Jigen type of levels.
Yeah,
Mm.
facts.
Yeah.
They
Or
did
like
add a
that
lot
Boruto
more.
versus Code. You know, I want that fight to get redone. That was not it.
Yeah, they did 1-to-1 to the manga. Kind of. They added a few extra things into it, but yeah.
Yeah, in fact, if I want one like actually like redone, I'd probably say like, well, I'll give one for Boruto and Naruto. For Boruto, I'd probably say Naruto versus Delta. I thought first things first, I thought the animation was fine, but I thought it should have been like a Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki type of thing. I thought it should have been like elite. Even like Sasuke versus Kinshiki, like that kind of animation. It should have been that. But it
Okay.
just wasn't that. I wish. And for Naruto, I'd probably say this is gonna be like a personal thing because I hate like old school like animations and just not just animations, just even TV shows in general. I hate the old productions. I'd say Naruto versus what is it? What's his name? Not Kakazu. Not Kakashi versus the Hidden Mist and the land of basically the whole entire land of Waves
Uh,
arc. I forgot his
Zabuza.
name. Yeah, there you go, Zabuza. Yeah, reanimate that entire arc, specifically the fight with Kakashi and Zabuza, of course, and him putting essentially having the whole entire combination with Naruto and stuff like that. Yeah, reanimate that, it'd be absolutely impeccable. It was kind of cool, and they kind of had the reanimations of the I guess seven swordsmen of the mist and Hidan and Kakuzuki. Not Hidan. Zabuza and what's it called, the I forgot his name, but you know what I'm talking
Haku.
about. Yeah, this is a long time ago. I don't really watch Naruto like that, so I'm probably forget a bunch of names.
You helping
Yeah,
me remember. You
that
just
right there
saying
was
stuff.
fired
I'm
during the
like,
war arc. Mhm.
What'd you say, Black?
oh no, I was saying nah. I was like, your description's helping me remember these names. I'm not just remembering.
Yeah, yeah. So that was fire. So if they could reanimate or reanimate the Land of Waves fights, like that would be fire. So I could actually watch them, so I could actually enjoy watching them. I'd say.
That'd be a nice reanimation. The Zabuza fight, Land of Waves.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, if I can see a fight reanimated, I think I'm going to agree with Black. I would like to see that Borishiki fight and reanimated. I think that one was a little bit underwhelming.
Oh, that was Bara's original take. The
Oh, that was
Urashiki.
Bara. I thought
Yeah.
you said that one too. I think you gave a couple of them. That's why I thought you
No,
said that
I
too.
said Kashin Koji, and then I said Boruto and Code. Yeah, those two.
Yeah. Boruto and Code. Isn't that when he turns into Borishiki?
Oh yeah, you just said Urashiki though. Oh, I didn't. I thought
Borishiki,
you.
my bad. Yeah,
Okay,
Borishiki,
okay.
my bad.
Urashiki. I thought you meant Urashiki. Okay.
Nah. Yeah, that one. Or even though I think this one didn't really have no flaw animation wise, I would love to see the fight with Boro reanimated when Sarada hits him with the Chidori for the first time.
Oh wow. Oh really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the animation wasn't bad on that one. Like that animation was actually really crisp. But if they would reanimate a fight, I would like to see that and maybe add more sequence to it. Maybe a little bit more fight choreography. I think that would be a dope one to reanimate if they was to reanimate a fight. And like Naruto, just like I said, the Rock Lee versus Kimimaro fight, I think that one would be fire to reanimate. Or the Sasuke versus the Five Kage Summit. Or fight Sasuke and the Five Kage Summit. I think that one would be a
That
dope one
would be
to
sick
reanimate.
reanimated. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll rock with it.
What about the
I'll
best
rock
fight in Boruto? Like,
Or I'm sorry, one more. Sorry to cut you off.
no, you
Or
want.
when Madara fights the 1,000 Shinobis when he gets reanimated
Fuck
for
with
the
that
first time.
though.
Oh yeah,
I
bro.
like that though. I like the raspiness of it. Like when you see the dude
True.
scream and then they all start rushing Madara. I like the way the animation is all raspy in that instance, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Bro, I always had like a little joke that first dude that ran up to Madara was actually Kawaki's dad. That's why that nigga had PTSD and trauma for the rest of his life and was beating his kid.
Yo, I kid you not. Like yesterday or the other day, I was just thinking. I'm like, I wonder what village Kawaki dad came from. I was just thinking that, bro.
I don't think they
That's
ever
crazy.
confirmed that.
Bro was traumatized from something though. He ended up beating his kid. He's retired.
Yeah.
He was
You don't beat
traumatized.
your kid for nothing.
It's
I mean, he's a
crazy.
ninja. Like, let's be honest. What other questions we gotta have? Like, of course he was traumatized. Whole ninja.
Bro saw that second meteor come down, and he was like, "Okay." He was like, "This is that Madara guy. Yeah, we're done. GG's."
Yeah, for a fact.
Yeah,
It is
we
crazy.
ain't fucking with him.
If you could send like one character from Boruto back to that arc, which one would you send?
You said say that again.
If you could send one character back to that Madara versus like 1,000 characters arc, who would you send?
It's crazy that you say that,
With
Bara.
the 1,000 people.
Well, yeah, pretty much. Pretty,
Okay.
yeah.
Before I answer, what were you saying about Black?
No, wait. How'd you clarify? What you clarify with just now for game? You said
Like
what? 1,000?
what character would be your? I wanted to make sure he was talking about what character from Boruto would we like to see on like the side of the 100 ninjas fighting Madara.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna say, Loki is gonna shift. It still has to do with the fourth Ninja World, but it's gonna shift it. So I ain't gonna mention it right now. But you could choose your if you was gonna answer. Go ahead, real quick for you.
Man, because you can't pick somebody too OP. You got to make it
Yeah,
to
that's what I was
where,
thinking too.
yeah, you got to make it to where like Madara will still come off on top, but like give dude like a really hard challenge. And if I'm gonna ask somebody,
So Sar's out of the question. So Sar's out.
I'm gonna have
This
to.
is
I'm gonna have to
crazy.
say. I'm gonna have to say. I'm gonna have to say. Miski, bro. Sage Mode Miski. That's what I'm gonna have to add into the battlefield.
Mm,
Cause
I like it.
I'm not
I
sure
rock
if
it.
Miski could beat Madara, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure because he was able to go toe to Boruto, even though Boruto was playing around with him. And then you have like the Claw Grimes. They're not Shinju. We don't know really what they're like. If you could put them on like on power scaling wise, like how they match up to ninjas or ninjas from the Naruto verse and now. So I don't know. So yeah, Miski. Probably without Sage Mode though. Just like regular Miski, base Miski.
Okay.
To
Let's throw
be
him in there.
the the crazy thing is, like, I feel like Naruto and Gaara was kind of they pretty much came like right after that wave of the 1,000 ninjas. A team of Naruto, Gaara, and Mitsuki at that particular point might pack up Madara. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank you.
They might pack up Madara.
I
For
don't
real.
know, base Miski.
Yeah, even base because I feel like remember there's like a specific scene where Madara was in like a near death experience. Gaara and Naruto had some sort of diabolical duo combination attack,
Yeah,
and he was basically about to get hit with a Rasengan, and then his eyes turned to a Rinnegan. Like if Mitsuki is there, I don't think Madara
and
gets out.
that was like Sage Mode Naruto, right? Either that or it was just
Yeah,
base. One of the two.
yeah, it was like Sage Naruto,
Yeah, but
or it might have been KCM1.
What does Miski have in his bag that would cause harm to Madara really in his base mode?
And two, that was a shadow clone. I ain't even trying to do
Yeah,
that to my guy Badra, but yeah, that was a shadow clone of Naruto.
nah, true, true,
I
true.
don't know. So you think Miski would wipe out Madara without the 1,000 ninja? Just him base mode?
I ain't
Nah,
trying to say that,
yeah,
but
I
like,
wouldn't say.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it. It's like what Kevin Gates said. I can't co-sign that, brother, but I can't be mad. Like if somebody come out and say like I can't be mad at like the proof is in the pudding, but I also understand how wild it is to say some of these statements, which is what I'm starting to understand. Like what triggers a lot of the fandom when we talk about like the Naruto era characters. It is kind of wild, but a fact is a fact, you know. So yeah.
I'm actually I'm gonna say no based off the hacks of his Mangekyo Sharingan and his Susanos. Like he got the shadow clones with the perfect Susanoo. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that he could do that would make it hard for Mitsuki. But if Mitsuki's teaming up with Kage Gar, and like KCM1, even
Naruto.
Stage Mode Naruto, yeah, they pack up Madara. All due respect.
I'm
They sparing.
not even adding them into the equation. I'm just talking about when Madara first met up with the 1,000 shinobis,
Yeah,
and
I'm
they
gonna say
like
no.
bum
I'm gonna
rush
say no with
Madara,
that.
and he was just like just peeling them. Bro, it's this. Sorry to jump off on a tangent, bro. Bart, you gotta get into Invincible, bro. There's this part in Invincible where is this old dude that come? He's a, what do they call him, Voltamites or whatever. He come and he
Yeah,
fights Invincible, bro, and he basically mauled
you
him
talking about
through the.
conquest?
Yeah, Conquest. There you go. He basically mauled this nigga through like 100,000 people, bro. Like it was just people being splattered all
Just
over the
like his
nigga.
dad did. Yeah,
That
yeah.
shit was brutal, bro. Yeah. Sorry to jump off into another topic, but yeah. Who would you pick, Black?
To make it fair, I mean, like they would have to join them at least, at the very least, join Naruto and Gaara.
Yeah, because they came like right after the 1,000. It's pretty much
I'm
actually a part
yeah,
of the 1,000.
because I
Nah,
ain't
nah,
trying to
nah,
pick
nah, nah.
somebody
No
OP. Like,
Naruto, no Gara, bro. I'm just talking about the 1,000 ninjas versus Madara when he
oh, so
first.
them plus the 1,000 ninja. That
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
uh, I would, to make it fair, to keep it fair. Let's see.
Like
Shit.
if they replace Naruto in this situation, I'll pose it like that. So instead of
So
having
someone else is
Naruto
going to
Change the
fight
order.
next.
yeah.
Well, Mitsuki actually is a good option. Base Mitsuki would be able to be sufficient. Less advantage
Yeah,
because this. Well, actually, we've seen him do the Sage clone, so he can do clones. He can send shadow clones out. So I see Mitsuki's a good one, but if I had to choose someone else, damn, bro, it's hard to not choose somebody that's overpowered, but also somebody that's not too weak.
Can you pick
It's
Sarada
actually,
without the Mangekyo? Can we include that?
gang. I
Would she
can't.
be too
I mean,
OP?
even if I do that, like she still got the three tone. I ain't trying to do that, bro, because that's gonna lead to a whole nother thing.
Bro,
Uh,
I can't get over the fact that Sarada is this powerful. Like that, we just say nah, it's not fair against Madara. Like what is
it's
that?
not,
I can't get
especially you
over
said
that.
like it's the she one person's replacing Naruto. So nah, I wouldn't do Sarada. I would probably. Oh, let's go, Jalen. I would probably do, bro. OKC is killing them, bro. I would probably do. Fuck, bro. Mitsuki is probably the best. I wouldn't say current Kawaki, like not the limited Kawaki, but then he got all those. End of part one,
Nah,
even end of part
That's
one
too
Kawaki,
OP.
that's too OP. Well, is it?
Yeah, I would
May
say
I'll
so.
say end of part one Kawaki
In a part one Oh, okay. In a part one
with the
Kawaki.
four triangles in his eyes. So basically, not
Nah,
the
that's too
eight
OP.
triangles.
That's too OP.
Well, actually, yes, that probably is OP because I don't think Amato limited him yet. Point. So I would say limited Kawaki right now in TBV, the one who could get snuffed out by a punch. If you
What
throw him in the mix, he could still. He probably would get tagged, but like his jutsu is too OP. Like he can shrink. He's going to tag team with Gara, pause, and they're going like, yeah, it's going to go crazy. It's GG's for my guy Madara. They're going to end the war early.
Yeah, all due respect to Madara. Kawaki smoking him
Yeah,
easily.
yeah,
He,
that's what I don't know about. But I don't know. Was it ever stated when Madara actually put the limiters on him? I would have expected it to be when he reconstructed his Karma Cell.
It wasn't stated, nah, but
I think he
it's
always
not.
had the limiters.
Yeah, it's hard. I don't. For me, well, for me personally, I don't know because it's like he constructed it to awaken only if Kawaki truly wanted it, right?
Hmm.
So at the time it awakened, like the current world that they're living in has nothing to do with like whatever Amato was preparing for. Because at the time, well, like Amato limited him obviously because in their heads, he has to protect Kawaki from Boruto and also from Code, and now they understand Code has this Ten Tails army. That wasn't the case when he was constructing, the Karma Cell in the first place on Kawaki. So that's why I say maybe I think he limited him sometimes during the time skip, during one of those checkups. Maybe he realized like I need to make his defense stronger,
It's
something
possible.
like that. I
It's
don't know.
possible. It's possible. Yeah, I would agree with that. But yeah, Bara, who would you add since you asked the question?
Yeah, again, I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even think of nobody. Let me
You have to
brainstorm
ask
right
the
now.
question, and then
That was
after
crazy.
you answer that, we got a super chat next. By the way, so after you brainstorm, it's crazy.
Big super chat.
But yeah,
All right.
while bro
Mhm.
brainstorm though, that
Yeah, rock out, rock out.
I do think that's a possibility because maybe he didn't like really think there was anybody really strong enough to pose a threat to Kawaki at the time when he reconstructed the Karma Cell. But it's
Mhm.
possibly that it can because he knew Code was coming after him. I don't know if he thought that Code would be stronger than him or not. So I mean, reconstructing a Karma Cell at that point,
Also,
keeping
the
him at
man.
like without messing or tinkering around with him, then possibly within when like they got those claw grimes and Jura and the Shinju popped up. That's when he possibly like during one of the checkups placed that on him though. But it could have possibly been at the same time though when he put the shutdown switch on him. Did they ever state like how long he's had that shutdown switch on him? Was
That
it?
was since part one too.
Oh, that was since
And then
part one.
I was also gonna say because true when Kawaki first awakened his karma, so you remember he maxed out Code. They had no reason to fear Code at the time. They were scared of Kawaki. He was the strongest person in the village, and at that point, by default, the world because he maxed out Code. He made Code run, and this was before Amato was kidnapped and did his limiters. So at that point, he would have no reason to fear for his safety, if as far as like defense, because they already had a contingency. Sasuke can't keep his powers in check. Naruto can't keep his powers in check. It's like let's just hope and pray.
True.
He just stays on our side.
Mm-hmm.
So I would definitely say at the very least after that point in time, because then Amato got kidnapped. It was pretty quickly. So by the time he came back from the village after realizing Code is now unlimited, that had to have been like at least for me that makes the most sense because he just came back. He understood. Well, yeah, Damon just whooped on Code, but that's Damon. Damon's an anomaly. He's an exception to every rule.
But then
But
didn't he get his limiters released he before Kawaki actually activated his Karma Cell for the second time?
nah, Kawaki got his power up. He whooped on Code, and Code escaped.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. I'm tweaking. I'm
Yeah.
tweaking. I'm tweaking.
And then
Okay.
that's when
Okay.
that
You're
whole
right.
thing
You're right.
happened and Code kidnapped Amato. And then he got powered up. And
Yeah,
that
you're
was the
right.
last time Kawaki and Code ever saw each other until TBV.
You're right. You're right. My bad. Yep.
He,
You're
he
right.
maxed him out. Yeah.
You're right. You're right. But Bar, you think about it yet?
Yeah, I got like two characters. I'd like to see what Shinky does in a situation like that. You feel me?
Shinky.
That's
They in the
crazy.
sand
Shinji
as
and
well.
Dara combo, that's going to be crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm. I like to see what they do.
Oh
Another
yeah, that's
character I had
interesting.
in
Okay.
mind. Yeah, another character was probably like Deepa.
Oh,
To be honest,
wow.
Deepo.
Deepa one of my favorite characters. I think he's so cold.
Yo, yeah.
That would be a good
That would
addition.
be a
Yeah, I
good.
love Deepa.
I like Deepa.
Pause.
I
You,
didn't even think
you
about
think
that.
he could crack the Susanoo?
Facts. Think so.
Facts. I had to think
Especially
about
in
it for a
that,
second, but
especially
yeah,
in that
he's
diamond mode.
cracking. Pause. Yeah, he's cracking that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, he
facts.
definitely.
Off the fear fact of the material of his jutsu. That's just it's not even about his strength.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's
no,
just
he
the
definitely.
material of that jutsu. Solid diamond, bro.
Even though it took Boruto, a little kid, to smash through it, but you know, other than that,
Well, to be honest, it took the trio, and that trio brought down Boro, who was supposed to be stronger than Madara.
you would say
I ain't gonna lie,
also
I'll
at
give
that
Deepa
time
credit because it's
Shibai.
like Deepa wasn't no like he came and he really shook up the whole vibe. Like Boruto, Sarada, they was scared. They had to get hospital. Like they ain't never been hospitalized after a mission before. Like
Nah,
Deepa
yeah,
introduced that lifestyle to them.
mm. He influenced the Sarada the training arc. To be honest, he
Literally,
made
he
her
was
like
like,
get strong with a Sharingan. To be honest, the Mangekyo Sharingan is like a legacy of Deepa.
Yeah.
he whooped on them something nice, and they was like, yeah, we can't be Naruto Sasuke kids. That's cool and all, but like we gotta,
Yeah, we gotta
lock
turn
in.
up.
Yeah,
Mhm. And to me, I thought that was like an important arc because I feel like a lot of people thought that like they couldn't be touched because their dads are like the strongest characters of all time.
Right.
I remember that was like a big thing. It was some of the people I was YouTubing with like back in the day, like Cycles. Even I think like Mello had like that opinion super early as well.
Gotta bring Cycles back on.
Yeah, facts, homie. Yeah, they was all like, no one's ever really gonna touch Boruto because let's be honest, Naruto's just gonna kill him if they do.
Yeah.
But not deep. It struck fear in damn near everybody's heart. Like they couldn't
Everybody
touch
was at the hospital. Everybody was tweaked out. They was like, Boruto, Sarada, are they gonna quit being ninjas? I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was the question too. Quit being ninjas, bro.
That's
Nah.
crazy. I'm like,
You got your
damn,
ass
he beat
beat
them boy.
so
He beat
bad.
them that bad. They was questioning career changes.
Hell yeah, it was like, I don't know if this job is cut out for me. I don't know if the benefits is matching the risk.
Yeah, facts.
Bro,
But I do want to see like
for these missions, bro. I don't know how much they're getting paid, but they better be like one of the top paid.
Nah, yeah, for a fact. I was saying I do want to see like the Shinki trio and all. Even if it's just a duo with Shinki and Gar, like who would hold more weight or pull more weight type of shit.
I thought you were gonna say with just Shinki and Araya because of what happened to Yoda. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's why you said duo. I'm sorry, bro.
Hey, they saying my audio is low. Let me know if my audio is still low, by the way. But yeah, Shinki and Gar at that point, I don't know, man. I remember I was watching the war arc, just like YouTube videos on it though. You know, they always cut out a lot of shit. But what's his name? Anoki. He had made the sand lighter though. So we had Anoki in there though. Because we had Anoki, then Shinki, he would be like 2 times stronger than what he really is because his sand moves like substantially faster. Because I believe that they say it's like the iron sand moves a little bit slower than a regular sand.
It's heavier. It's more dense.
Yeah.
But to be honest, one of the biggest like problems that they had was that the sand couldn't necessarily hold Guard. Because I remember like Guard did like multiple pyramids on Madara and he just broke out of it, right?
Yes, he did. Sliced through a hot butter knife through butter. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know, bro.
I want to see what the iron
sand
and regular sand combo attack look like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
yeah, like, a combo attack probably be a little bit harder for him to get out if they like double seal him.
The Shinki could do mad stuff still though. Like he can send out those magnetic feathers. He can fly. He can like do the strings and then control. Like he can compensate for like certain combinations that he wouldn't be able to do with Gara. Like I think he like the sand in general. That jutsu is versatile, but like that iron sand is so like Shinki got so many fights. He can make a sword out of it. Like there was a point in time he was fighting with 2 katanas made out of iron sand. I'm like, bro, what do this dude don't do?
All right, great question.
Facts.
Y'all think we ever gonna see a Shinki versus Gar fight?
Not Gar.
I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Hopefully though, just to see where they stand with each other.
Yeah, this conversation brings me back to the time we seen Gar fight his father, like during that war arc battle or war arc.
Yeah,
I do think we will. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna stand on it. I'm gonna say it with my chest. I believe we will see Shinki max out a Shinju in the story before it ends.
Say it.
His mouth is on his chest because he put his microphone there because he said he's going to say it with his chest.
I believe that Shinki in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, before the end of the story, he in either a similar capacity or some like greater than to how Sarada maxed out Ryu, he's gonna max out a Shinju for sure in this story.
Like an actual Shinju. We're not talking about the claw grounds, right?
I'm thinking like because at this point he can't get revenge for Yoda on Ryu. He's Ryu, so like either Matsuri, we might see another Shinju or 2 pop up, but Shinki's gonna get his battle and it's gonna be glorious. And I could see it for some reason. I could just see it happening.
He's gonna get bodied.
That's crazy.
He's gonna get bodied. Yeah,
he's gonna get bodied. Nah, Ryu's arsenal was just like, I mean, Bara's right. Even though it's not like, I don't think that's the only reason that Sarada's power awakened, but like Bara's right when he says like Sarada's power was just a hard counter. You take away Sarada, like Ryu is damn near untouchable, unstoppable on the battlefield.
I mean, but at the same time, like Ryu, he didn't know all of Boruto. I mean, not Boruto's, all of Shinki's abilities and shit like that. Like how you said that Shinki was using the Iron Sand, like his katanas and all such shit, type of shit like that. Like if you even like put it like a comparison to Hidari didn't really like, he knew Sasuke's abilities, but he didn't know how to use them to the full extent. Like he wasn't even aware the Sharingan would make it to where he can use the Chidori. Yeah, Chidori in his favor, but he, yeah, go ahead.
No, I agree with that as far as like because that's some of the arguments I would make for Hidari, but for Ryu's case specifically with Ryu and Shinki, like Ryu, like he's literally disintegrating his body into sand and then pop. Like we ain't never seen that from Shinki at all in any medium. So like we ain't see him do some of the things Shinki do, but like it just goes to show like how versatile the Iron Sand in general is, because Ryu's doing things that we never seen Shinki do either. So I just like,
True. With the belt marks as well. Could be some added Shinju abilities though as well though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all the extra. The claw mark makes it extremely handy as well. The fact that you could summon the claw arms and stuff like that. And then some of the things that he did similar, like they both did the puppet strings, like because there was time. Well, Shinki, he controls actual puppets, while Ryu was controlling people. But you can still see the similarities.
Yeah, true. Let's get to the super chat though, because I don't want to leave him hanging. It's been 24 minutes. Jordan Avant, he said, can you guys talk about Boruto on chapter 80, March of 2030? Talk about what about it though? I don't understand.
What the fuck? Wait, say that again.
Can you guys talk about
like predictions,
Boruto
I guess,
on 80 March of 2030? Oh, I guess it's gonna come out like if we get to chapter 80, that's the date that'll come out of, March 2030.
Yeah, I guess because it'll be like endgame.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
like so he's pretty much asking us to like speculate about the end game of Boruto. A lot of people don't like this, but I think it's gonna end like how regular animes end. Boruto's gonna still be alive. Kawaki and Boruto are probably.
You think it's gonna end at chapter 80 though, Bar? Like chapter 80?
No, I don't even think it might not. To be honest, I hope it'll be. Matter of fact, it'll be like a fine spot, but I hope they extend to probably like 100 chapters. To be honest. Because I'm enjoying TVV more than Boruto.
I don't think it's gonna get that far. If you like saying how far away chapter 80 would be, maybe if
2030 is crazy.
Yeah, we're in 2025. That's 5 more years.
Nah, because remember how much episodes was Naruto? Naruto was like Naruto Part 1. Naruto Part 1 is like 200 episodes, and Part 2 is like 500.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Naruto did go in a span of pretty.
18 years.
How long did Shippuden go though? Because that's part 1 of Naruto. We got part 2. Part 1 of Boruto lasted about 6-7 years almost.
Shippuden dropped in 2007. It came on Cartoon Network. So like it stopped in like 2016. Like 8, 9, 10 years.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. I believe it's like 500 total episodes of Shippuden, so it's like double the size anime-wise. I don't know about manga, but anime-wise of like Part 1.
But then you got they was doing that on a weekly type thing, so I don't know. I don't know if it'll last.
We also have to take into account we don't know the schedule when it comes back, so that March 2030 is speculation, because we don't know if they're coming back weekly as they did before, if they're coming back season.
Hold on. They said they're coming back in March 2030. It's crazy.
No, he's just that's just like a speculation about when the end game chapter is going to be.
No,
I don't think he's like putting too much.
I think he's talking about when the anime comes back, like the pacing that they're using.
Cool. Read the super chat again.
No. What Black was saying. That's what.
No. That's what I was just saying about the pacing. But for the actual chapter to the super chat, because even with that, we don't know when that type of like what's going to be happening when it goes down and stuff like that. But going past like 2030, like 35, 2030, 32, like for just the manga in general, I don't. It's a long time, bro.
Yeah, nah, yeah, it is. But I wouldn't mind it though. To be honest, the thing about Boruto manga is like it's monthly, so it's like the content that we do get, like a whole year is just 12 chapters. Like you
I
get
I
12 chapters from My Hero Academia in like 3 months.
I don't
Like,
think that what we'll have is like the end of the Boruto series in 2030. I think the manga will probably come to an end a little bit quicker than that. At least TBV, if they go to like an offset of some type of other title towards the ending, like if they change it from Two Blue Vortex to Boruto, whatever, like when they get to the end game or whatever, and they change the title, possibly you keep on extending it, keep on going a little further. But I don't think TVV is going to be 2030. But just for the super chat, if we're going to speculate, like, if we can just, phrase it as like the end game of Boruto, I have to get some thought on that. If you guys have any answers to that, that'd be appreciated while I like speculate, because I kind of
was the
know
question?
we're gonna go on the 8 end games of Boruto. Like, if we're gonna speculate that like chapter 80 is like the end games of Boruto, or leading up to the end games of Boruto, what would you think?
Chapter 80 is going to be Boruto versus Kawaki. Chapter 80 is going to be chapter 1 and episode 1, the long-awaited moment we've all been waiting for.
Oh, we gotta wait 5 years for that. That's crazy. But all right, go ahead. I'll work out. I respect it.
Because like, if you look at it like that, everything prior to that, which would mean, like in my head, means we probably already got all the Otsutsuki stuff out of the way. We got the Shibai stuff. The Shinju stuff is dealt with. Code is out the picture. So now it's just Boruto and Kawaki. I don't know if that fight is endgame. I don't know if they're gonna pull another Naruto Sasuke and make that be the last fight. So yeah, if they switch it up, it might be that fight and then another big Otsutsuki fight, maybe Shibai. But I think chapter 80 could be Boruto versus Kawaki.
My big thing is I want them to eventually fight together, like, and be like full power against an actual opponent, so we can see what the duo could actually do. But my fear is like if they do it like like what Naruto and Sasuke did, it'll just seem like a rerun type of thing. Like, you can't just have them be enemies and fight together, and then have them end the arc or end the series just them two fighting. That's why I hope that battle happens in like the middle of the series.
Okay.
I think it's going to more than likely happen at the point where they beat Shibai. Not Shibai, I'm so sorry. Beat Jigen or some shit like that. That's when they're going to actually team together. Jura. Jigen, my bad. Jura. We're going to fight together. Because, like, during, like, some of the chapters, it was Kawaki said before we, deal with Momoshiki, we got to deal with what's going on. Or, Boruto said to Kawaki, my bad, that they had to deal with what's going on right now, and then we can focus on you killing me or whatever like that. So I think they're gonna join forces, of course, against Jura. But final threat wise, I think we're gonna get to the final threat a little bit more sooner than what we think we're gonna get to it. Like if like speculation and like theories are true in the community, most likely Amado is going to be the one who summons the final threat through his daughter for him trying to play God. It's something's going to happen in that instance to where it's going to backfire on Amado, and then therefore it's going to cause a way bigger threat than Jura or anything that we've seen as of right now, where it's going to like force Kawaki and Boruto to join forces in order to fight that threat. And I think that's going to happen a lot sooner. I don't know if they're going to possibly drag it out, because Kawaki also stated that, he would help her, or like Amado can do whatever as long as he like releases limiters. I don't know how far along in the future Kawaki is going to stand on that, but he wants to bring his daughter back, and I think bringing his daughter back is going to backfire, and it's going to mean a calamity for the future of the series. But I think this is going to happen probably like in the next couple years, like the next 2 years possibly.
All right, good. And to be honest, I actually like that idea, because we kind of already seen that happen right here with the Shinju, where Kawaki still has a stated goal of potentially killing all Otsutsuki members, but he understands like the greater good is to is to essentially eliminate the Shinjus and then handle the Otsutsuki members. So you could essentially have that same idea a little bit later on with even like a bigger threat type of thing where they actually are forced to actually have like an actual fight once they're actually like Jogan popping. You're feeling Karmasil elite for my guy Kawaki with no limiters. I'd love to see that battle, man. I just love to see that battle. I mean, it's just me. Yeah, it's just me.
Yeah, I hope they do it justice when they animate it.
Facts. What do you think about the comment though? Endgame speculation. What do you think the arc would look like?
Rephrase that. What you mean?
What do you think the last arc of Boruto would look like?
Look like how?
Like what is it gonna be about? And probably like who comes? What's the ending look like?
Otsutsuki.
Man, Shibai, bro. It gotta be Shibai, bro. If she's not Shibai, it has to be Shibai, bro. Like I don't know if you looked in the group chat when it was like discussing how Shibai and his abilities work like that, but like that shit would be a crazy end game battle.
How the heck they gonna fight somebody like Shibai, bro? That's
why I think he got to be like a Hagoromo figure. He can't be the actual enemy, bro. I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't know, man.
They didn't even gas Hagoromo like how they gas Shibai, bro. They get a bottle like, bro, this dude Shibai just moves different. Eats, sleeps, and breathes ball, bro. That's what he does.
But a lot of people has his ability though, or a lot of characters have his ability.
So you're saying like, oh, we could like with enough people we can jump on with his own abilities?
Possibly. Hold on, let me see if I can.
If we got, I ain't gonna lie. All right, if we give Boruto his Jogan and we got Damon, I see a scenario where Shibai can be taken down.
Stop it.
Those two are the key pieces.
I don't know, bro. I'm trying to find how the way to send this so I can put it on the screen and shit and send it to y'all, but I'm logged into another Discord. Hold on. I'm gonna send it. Hold on real quick. Bro, I'm gonna send it to you real quick. Put it in the Discord chat.
Matter of fact, the only reason why I'd say it's kind of possible is because, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you'd have told us about the Otsutsuki clan during the Land of Waves arc, we'd probably still be thinking the same thing as what we think about the Otsutsuki god now, type of thing. Like, there's no way we could compete with someone like Kage Otsutsuki. What are you talking about? We can't even dodge a boulder, type shit. So it's like, oh no.
Yeah, true. But grab that
yeah, I just sent it.
Grab that one I sent you real quick. Alright, bad. Let me pull this up real quick. I'm gonna put it on the screen so we can read it real quick. Hold on, let's see. What the fuck? Yeah, this dude is insane, bro. Like the battle, like especially when they animated, I think that shit would be like the most fucking the dopest battle that we will see in the Boruto series. They had to get their best animators to do this. I don't want to hear no hogwash. The budget and blah 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 blah. I don't want to hear it, bro. Like we need this shit to be like top tier, bro. So hold on, I got it right here. I'm gonna put it on. So hopefully everybody can see that right there. So it says, upon reaching his apparent godhood, Shibai's techniques were dubbed Shinjutsu. His incredible abilities that were achieved without hand seals were said to be able to generate storms with a wave of his hand, as well as calling forth thunderbolts with a roar. He had access to various remarkable abilities, including seeing through time, producing black bands that instantly travel long distances through, and automatic reflection of all harm to himself. He could use the power of omnipotence to make anything he desired a reality. Gang.
Yeah. So Daniel essentially got his abilities from this guy. So like, it's like all due respect to Daniel. Like I just can't see nobody beating him. I just can't see nobody beating him.
Literally, Damon, Ada, Code in one person. That's who Shibai and
even more Shinju we never even seen before. Yeah. Like imagine all the Shinju that we just never seen.
If it's a fact that he has to actually touch somebody to reflect things, that could be like one of like
that might be like a human limitation for game.
Yeah, his limitation. It could be his handicap.
It
And
can't be.
this dude, he doesn't have that handicap. Anything you throw at him is going to reflect back to you. Like how Ada, she can't control her power of omnipotence. She can't bring things into, and
He
she
can't be
can't.
a villain, bro. He can't be a
Yeah,
villain.
she can't make to anything she desires into her reality. She had to been like pushed to that, and did it on accident, pretty much. Like old girl in fucking what's that shit called, Invincible, when dude thought she died, and then she came back and fucking slaughtered
Oh my
Conquest,
gosh,
bro.
that shit was so live,
Bro,
bro.
they got
You
a
talk about
part
Adam Eve.
two. They got a part two to this shit. You know, they got a one with just her, because I was trying to like watch an episode again.
Oh yeah,
Could not
that
find it
Adam
on
Eve
Prime.
special. That
Yeah,
came out. Yeah, that came out like during. That was like a promo before season 2 came out.
bro, and it's already
I
four
seen that.
seasons to it. I'm like, bro, I'm that far behind. I can't do this. But yeah, back to this though. Yeah, so, bro, I don't know. I don't know how they would be able to match him, or who they can even like introduce to like the story to even like compete with a character of this stature, unless Boruto activate his Jogan, and his Jogan is some fucking magical shit that we ain't never heard of. I don't know how that's gonna work for them.
Even I'll tell you right now, bro. No matter how strong Boruto's Jogan is, it's not going to be accounted. The only way anybody can beat Shibai is if you have an ability or a hacks that somehow nullifies his ability. Because if this dude can reflect anything, and then he reflects intent, the stronger it is to kill, and then he can make anything a reality that he wants to. He can scream and cause thunderstorms and wave his hand, and there's a windstorm. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? It's like,
No,
no, like
yeah, he's cooking. My
ain't
idea,
nobody for the mess with, bro.
yeah,
He
my
needs somebody with a power that can nullify all of that, and then just try to out max him in strength. That's it. Like, he got too many hacks.
no, for a fact. My thing is, maybe you need someone to like. My idea is like he probably has the hacks that could nullify his. Like he probably has the antidote to all that already. So my idea is maybe you give somebody like the ability to like. Well, there are those ninjas with the ability to steal chakra. I think the only way to probably beat him is to just steal his chakra, unless there is something legitimately out there that could actually nullify
Make
some.
or something like somehow make him weak enough to where he can't perform his overpowered jutsu. Like, if he does that,
Yeah,
he's gonna harm himself.
mm.
Something, but yeah, it's just, you can't fight that, bro.
Yeah. Slip him that pill we slipped Jiraiya before he fought Orochimaru. What's the problem?
What?
That's
Molly all in
crazy.
the champagne. He ain't even know it. What's the
That's crazy.
problem?
You trying to drug Shiba?
That's the
Bro,
only way I see it. That's the only
put a
way I
put
see
a put a Uzahiko in his drink. That's crazy.
Put
Boy,
a
gonna
who's
be
a
it.
video on this drink is crazy. Y'all stupid.
that's crazy.
Only
Yeah,
way I see
man.
it. But so I guess the two arcs we have in mind is maybe a Shibai fighting arc in Kawaki versus Boruto. Yeah, those aren't two bad options. I'd be fine with either, to be honest.
Yeah.
We got we got to see a Kawaki versus Jura or a Kawaki and Boruto versus Jura.
Yeah, for a fact.
Well,
But this is
Oh
just the
yeah,
first
no,
arc.
no, for sure.
I expect that. Yeah.
well, I was about to say, unless you want to count, like, because Jura maxed him out. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Jura got 3 fights. He got the Himawari, Boruto, and Kawaki. So I don't know if we want to. Kawaki did press up on 2 Shinjus at once. It's in Kawaki's nature to do something that crazy. So I give him that, but like, Jura ended that real quick. There's no way. How are we
No,
letting
I just see it
Halliburton
too.
hit these shots?
This
I'm
nigga
sorry.
Hallie, a different guy. Well, my bad, Potters. We watching something as well. We
That's
multitasking as
crazy.
of right now.
You see this
Yeah.
tomfoolery bar?
Nah.
This
Yeah.
is
Nah. This man Halliburton is a different breed. Well, yeah. We back to
fuck.
Boruto. We
But yeah, like I was saying, what was I saying? I just got Kawaki. What's the name? Like, Jura only fought those 3, but like, I don't know the art. I don't know if do y'all want to count that Kawaki? Like, did he have the same advantages that both Boruto and Himawari had when they? Because like, Himawari and Jura and Boruto's fight are respectively way longer. So I don't know. Are we giving them the same advantages, or did Kawaki somehow, like, what's going on?
Nah. Yeah. I think that version of Kawaki isn't the version of Kawaki we expect to be good. That's what I'll say. I think we all know he's going to get his limiters upgrade. I mean, his limiters removed, and he's probably going to be significantly stronger attacking wise. My thing is like defensively because he got one shot by my guy Jura. And I don't get me wrong, a lot of people get one shot by Jura. Even Boruto probably could. Probably not probably. He did by that beam one time, so it's not too crazy. But it's like he'd probably be able to damage Jura just like or even like hit Jura like how Boruto did. Like, could he take a hit like how Boruto can? That's my question.
Yeah. Well, I think I say Boruto. He took one good hit. He didn't take a physical hit though. That jutsu hit, I give that to. The only one I say Himawari. Like she tanked mad bijou bombs and she tanked like he did a hammer kick with the back of his heel on the top of her head. And that was pretty crazy. She was tanking all of this. So I think for like Boruto, it was like he was just too quick for Jura to land a solid hit on. If he would have get hit with anything that Himawari got hit with, I think it might have been GG's for Boruto. So with Kawaki, I think his saving grace might be his offensive output. Like he might be physically stronger, like a full powered and then some, because we know Amato's gonna make him stronger than a full powered Ishiki, but like a full powered unleashed Kawaki might have more physical output than like what we see with Boruto. But as we see, Boruto's whole thing is like his speed. That's his knack.
Yeah, true. For a fact. So, to be honest, that makes me think Boruto's more like Minato than Naruto now, right?
Oh yeah, it's
for sure.
Yeah. If you look back at this fight, Jura didn't hit him at like Jura like try. It was more so like it was funny because Boruto is landing all of these hits, and Jura's just like, bro, I cannot hit this dude. But at the same time, Boruto's like, are my hits even doing anything to this dude? It's funny. They both getting annoyed with each other, and it's like, all right, I like it was a good dynamic.
Yeah,
Facts. Right.
Hey, that's go ahead.
No, I was about to say this battle makes me really think like what would it look like if Boruto actually has Karma still and he was able to control it? Like even in the second state, like
that would be a
Boruto
different level.
probably beat it.
That would be a different level for sure. If he can control it, yeah. I don't understand though. Like Momoshiki has to appear in this next, not the next chapter, but during this battle with Jura.
Yeah,
bro, it has to, bro. It has to because Momoshiki like has been laying low and being silent for this whole time, bro. Like, if we don't get a Momoshiki, let's at least get a Karma Seal Boruto. Let's at least get him to try to use it. Like he's like on his last like option. Like, oh shit, let me just try this and fuck it. If Momoshiki takes over, then Momoshiki takes over. Because if not, then we're gonna die or whatever, and just activate the Karma Seal and go from there. And possibly like you get a part where he's like debilitated from the fucking Karma Seal, like fucking up his body how it did when Kawaki activated his when he felt the pain, or when he went into that true essence mode. And eventually, like his heart started hurting and shit like that. Or like just give us something like that, but give him the ability to use it for at least a extended extended time. Is what I'm trying to say. My bad.
Yeah, fact. I do want to know what Momoshiki's thoughts about these things are, though. Because we have how Momoshiki pops up and usually gives his thoughts. Like, just give you a thought.
Give us a backstory, brother. He's the narrator of the story. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but even still, like he's like an Otsuki member. You know how Otsuki members, their relationship with Ten Tails is like they're just tools to get the chakra fruit. But now we actually have like a Ten Tails up talking, potentially stronger than like I want to say like half Otsuki members, but stronger than a bunch of Otsuki members that we probably don't know. It's like he gotta have like a different respect for Ten Tails now. He got to.
I feel like it could be a good gateway for Momoshiki to react to Jura, because I think Jura is an anomaly amongst the Ten-tailed species. So for him to react upon like, yeah, Jura is not what he's supposed to be, like it's supposed to be a brainless, mindless beast that just consumes, but it's sentient, it's powerful, and it's still growing and evolving. I feel like it could be a gateway through Momoshiki's like reaction and thought process of Jura to see like the true lore of the Ten Tails, maybe the history of like the Ten Tails and Otsutsuki and their connection.
Yeah, I would think that Momoshiki would see them as kind of most likely like an abomination.
Yeah,
or
I feel like maybe a
because
threat.
most likely a threat because. I mean, if we want to buy the old Suski lore that we're already privy to, we don't know everything about him. Of course, they never dug deep. I would be under the assumption that they never had access to Shibai cells in order to mix that in with the Osusuki, not the Osusuki, the Tentels in order to create sentient beings. They never had that ability to do that. I don't think they would try to do it,
Well,
even if they knew they could.
yeah,
But this would be
yeah.
something
I think
Momoshiki has no idea about. So I don't know why he's not interested in what's going on.
I think you hit on that right there. I don't think they even knew that was possible because Code didn't even know it was possible. He just accidentally did it, probably because he's so stupid. But yeah, he just accidentally did it, type shit. Like,
Because he
yeah.
needed
So
an army because his ass couldn't do shit by himself.
Cole just lost
yeah,
2 fights back to back, and then he was like, "Yeah, can't before they come max me out and max out this 10 we'll get these break it down first."
like this idea got to be so foreign to Otsuki members. Like, you need to team up with your ten tails to defeat an opponent that doesn't have to do with eating a chakra fruit. Like, what do you
Not only
mean?
that, but then your 10 starts to order you around.
Yeah.
That's like different. That's
What Cole
different.
was probably thinking though is like Cole was probably thinking more on like the sense of like because he just tried to recruit Ada and Damon, who Ada was far smarter than him intellectually, and as far as like being able to think steps ahead, because he thought in the now. He didn't really have a contingency plan like to if this doesn't work, this is what I'm going to do. He was pretty much on plan A, and if plan A don't work, I don't have a fucking plan B. I'm just all on plan A, and he got hoodwinked. Like Ada betrayed him, and Damon betrayed him. So I think that what he was thinking about was creating something that was like mindless beasts, so he can control himself, and he didn't have to worry about them betraying him or anything like that. So he was trying to create his own army, like he was trying to do prior with Ada and Damon. He was hoping Ada and Damon stayed on his side.
Oh yeah, for sure. He already knew. Like Ada was dropping hints since like before, since they were in the bar. Like, Code, once you lose your usefulness, like I won't be like quick to abandon you. And that's how even Damon was introduced. Because Code's like, well, who's gonna protect you then? And what if Boruto and Kabuki don't like you? And she's like, I got Damon. What are you talking about? It don't matter. Like, I'm gonna be protected.
Right.
So I think not to just bang on the idea, pause, that Code is an idiot, but like he really isn't he isn't that bright, because even if you go back to like when he got his limiters, it's like when he got his limiters removed, the first thing he decided to do was like, yeah, I'm gonna pick a fight with this 8-year-old because I'm trying to holler at your sister. It's like, you trying to holler at your sister. So you trying to kill Lil Man just because he got a couple of jokes to say to you? Like, come on, bro. And then you get maxed out. So it's just everything he doesn't really think things through. And then it just goes to show with the Tentels, it's like he created these things. The signs probably were there because who knows how long Bug was in a tree. We know Sasuke got treeified 2 years ago. So weird things are happening. Why are these these clones of the army that I'm creating? Why are they suddenly turning into trees after they bite? He didn't question nothing. He didn't question why Boruto knew what he knew. He just took Boruto's instigation as he had a big head. Like, bro, you ran away from me 2 years ago, mind you. That was 2 years, Code. People grow. But he was like, you ran away from me 2 years ago. I'm gonna pick up where we left off. He didn't. He's not a thinker, and it's not even like you got to be like a Shikamaru. Even on someone like Kawaki's level, Boruto, even those are considered geniuses. So even bringing it further down a notch, someone like Chocho would be able to at least put A and B together to get C. Like, yeah, there's something weird's going on. My clones, like, they turned the only other person I've been talking to the last few years into a tree. He's there. It looks like he's alive. He didn't ask the right questions. And he arrogantly did so because he even told Boruto foolishly, like, he knows all there is to know about the Tentels. So there isn't anything else. Obviously, now he's lost a hand. He's a hand short.
What if I'm gonna play devil's advocate and throw Code a bone? What if he's playing the role of Black Zetsu and Toby from Shippuden? He's playing stupid, but all of this is all a part of his master plan. What if he
I would
hoodwinks us
say,
all?
I would say that's cap because
You
only
won't
because
even
of
give
the
it a
eternal.
chance? That's crazy.
Yeah, because of the eternal. We've seen him internally struggle, like in both the anime and in the manga. So like, whenever it came to like before Toby revealed himself as like Madara and then
But you
eventually
can't make it a
Obito.
1-on-1 though. You can't make it a 1-to-1. I'm just saying, like, what if he's the Toby to Boruto?
But yeah, even like not like exactly 1-to-1, but even in under any type of consensus, like Code is basically playing fickle. Like he's not actually being truthful to like us, the audience, or to the like we've had too many internal struggles from the character, whether it be like him breaking down everything that Kawaki did to him at the end of part one, declaring to himself that he's gonna destroy everything. We seen how he reacted to like, like things when it comes to when he first met Ada. He's trying to figure out, does he really like Ada, or is this really just the power that Bug just told him about? He like we get a grasp of his personality. He's cocky, he has a big head, but he's also like you kind of get an idea of like someone who like they get talked down on a lot, right? Or like they get bullied a lot despite them having certain good traits or good aspects, but like there's still people in their lives that would like essentially talk down on them or probably bully them despite their positioning. So like Code was he had the balls to be tough with people like Boro, right? He was tough with Delta. Delta, despite us all agreeing at one point in time, like yeah, Code was stronger than Delta, right? Prior to Amado revamping her, but Delta still talked crazy to Code. Like even then, like she still talked crazy to Code. Like he's always been portrayed as this character that essentially is vying for respect, but is never essentially getting the respect regardless of his stature. It's like a manager at a job that no employee. It's like, bro, I still get paid more than you. It's like Code is stronger than a lot of these people, but nobody respects him. So I feel like he could. It won't be more so like you said, a 1-to-1 where he's the Toby, but he could be the Toby in a sense where he just snaps. He has a personality change. Maybe he goes balls to the wall. He's like, all right, you know what? I'm tired of being just like someone who's fed up. Because that whole rant that he had at the end when he's like, I'm gonna take like it still didn't work. Because since then, you couldn't kill Boruto, you couldn't capture Kawaki, you barely beat Sasuke, you lost the arm to your own creation. So it's like we got it. Like he's still not serious even now.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I would agree with what you're saying, but I mean,
Yeah.
maybe. Oh, my bad, Bar. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say in that sense, I kind of get it. But what I would kind of say is like there is a comparison with Obito and Code. Like for example, Obito he also had like the reverence for Madara. He loved Madara, stuff like that. You can kind of see that relationship with Code and Ishiki Otsutsuki. How Code loves Ishiki, he loves anything about the Otsutsuki clan. And once my guy dies, he wants to potentially carry on his legacy, stuff like that. So like that in that way, I could kind of see it. My only thing is Code might be too stupid to be an Obito variant. Like that's the only thing. I don't see him orchestrating that plan. Like we already know who Code is. You feel me? It's like there's no secret to him. I wish
Yeah.
he was that smart though.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, that's the thing, and that's like exactly what Bar said. He's not hiding anything. There's no secret to the character. He's given us everything at face value in terms of how he feels, what he's planning, and even if it's gonna be a surprise, it's like all the subtle hints was there for the character. So like the most sneaky thing he's ever did was like when he placed that claw mark on Shikamaru's neck, and it's like we
It wasn't even
we
tricky.
didn't see it
Shikamaru
coming, but
knew.
it
Yeah,
was
Shikamaru knew.
yeah, it was like Shikamaru dude. It was like it was cool.
Yeah, it was a way to
Bro, he
drop
really
him.
tried to outsmart Shikamaru. I don't even think that's like Kurama trying to put Itachi in a Genjutsu. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Do y'all see him redeeming himself in any way? Because like it was it was always stated that they were supposed to get rid of him prior, but they decided to keep him in the story. You're not gonna keep a character or somebody who's a villain, quote unquote, in the story for no reason. Like for him to play the background. So he has to play some significance in the future, even if he's not like an endgame threat.
Yeah, we had like a theory a couple pods ago that he and the Ten Tails, not Ten Tails, let's call him the Shinju now. He and the Shinju,
Merge.
no, not Shinju, the Shinjutsu. What do we call it?
Shinju.
Yeah, the Shinju.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and the Shinju, they could essentially team up. And well, not necessarily team up, he could take over the Shinju through some sort of mechanic in the karma seal that we haven't necessarily seen yet.
That's crazy.
Like, if he like absorbs Jura plus like the other Shinju, yeah, it's over. Yeah, he's like that now. He's like that now. So yeah, that's a way he could redeem himself. I don't necessarily see him redeeming himself through any like tactics. It got to be just sheer force and power, and that's the only way I could see him getting that power up. Unless he goes and actually becomes an Otsutsuki member, which is his stated goal. Like he could just say, f this planet as of right now. I'm just go to a different dimension, try to gain a god tree, eat his chakra fruit, and then potentially become an Otsutsuki member. I could see that.
That's the thing. They don't know though. Like, well, not even gonna say they don't know. Like Cole, like they would have been left. Even Momoshiki, like all of these characters, they fighting over this one tent. Well, now that Jura is alive and walking, but before, when Jura was just the Ten Tails, like they was fighting over this one Ten Tails, trying to get this one chakra fruit from this one god tree planet. So, in my head, it's like either there's a shortage out there in the cosmos, or transportation ain't looking that nice. Like people is low on gas money. Like they can't travel far, so everybody got to deal with what they got here on Earth.
Well, I won't even disagree with that. But I'll just say you can't compare my guy Momoshiki with those heathens. Let's be honest. Momoshiki was given a directive by the main branch with Otsutsuki. Yo, they got 16 space curvatures. Kage over there, like Nathan. Like you gotta go tap in. So like
I get it. Now with Momoshiki, he was really like he was trying to fully complete the mission before leaving. That's one thing with Momoshiki. I feel like a lot of people forget is like I don't think it's necessarily like he's definitely prideful and selfish, but at the end of the day, I think everything he's doing right now, like if he were to get things to go his way, we would have seen at some point in the story Momoshiki return to wherever Otsutsuki sent him to Earth and report to them however it goes. But everything just keeps standing in his way, whether it be Naruto or whether it be Sasuke or now whether it be Boruto himself. Like things are just preventing him from completing the mission and going home. So but like someone like Code, like no mission, no, like you have to get this from Earth, that, like, you know what I'm saying, this, that, or third. And even Ishiki can have the benefit of the doubt because we know he was stranded on the plane and left to die by Kaguya. But like, there has to be no other option but to stay on Earth and try to get it done with what's here on Earth. Because it's like now that Jura is Jura, like what other Ten Tails is there that they can have access to, and what other planet can they go and plant a viable chakra fruit to where it be sufficient?
The explanation just got to be that Code is stupid. All due respect to Code. If Code's goal over the past 2 years, or let's just even call it 3 years, typical time skip time. If his goal was to just go to a different dimension and become an Otsutsuki member, which was one of his stated goals, to be honest. So he can come back, find out if he actually loves Ada, and then be able to actually kill Ada if he doesn't actually love her, stuff like that, and be powerful enough to actually defeat Ada and Damon. He just never done that. He just dropped the ball. I feel like hypothetically, and there is that idea that maybe he can't necessarily go to other dimensions. He can only open portals to this dimension, and he could only work around with this dimension. If he spent the last 3 years trying to find a jutsu to get him to a different dimension, he would have been successful. Like he would undoubtedly found it. I don't know what he's on.
I will like my guy Free Game said, I will throw Code a bone right here, and I would say, because the omnipotence thing, Boruto and Kawaki's memories was switching in everybody's head. So I would definitely say that Code probably just spent, because we know for a fact he spent the last 3 years chasing Boruto, but the reasoning behind it, obviously, had things went his way, he would have caught Boruto, fed him to the Ten Tails, and then went about his day. Because even in the other timelines, Code actually had a W in one of the timelines Kashin Koji saw prior to Omnipotence being casted, because in the timeline where Kawaki killed Boruto, when they fought on that Hokage Faces, right after he sealed Naruto and Hinata, he goes on to fight Sarada. He kills Sarada. and then later on in that timeline, Kawaki ends up running into Code. Code kills Kawaki, and he feeds Kawaki to the Ten Tails. So I feel like it's just that, obviously for the sake of the story, but in the terms of like the actual timeline in the world, Code just couldn't capture or catch up to Sasuke and Boruto throughout the time skip, because had he been able to, and even been strong enough, and I'll say it like that, strong enough to stop both Boruto and Sasuke, he would have fed Boruto to the God Tree, at least to the or at least one of the claw grinds 2 years ago when they first came across each other. So he just wasted like years chasing after Boruto, because in his head, if he catches Boruto, it's like a one-way ticket right to the God Tree,
True. That's true. I'm about to ask a good question or an absolutely terrible question, and this could be a function of me not necessarily rewatching Boruto in a long time, but I could have, or rereading, since I'm talking about manga wise. Wasn't it like the case that that Code couldn't go after Kawaki, and in Code's head, Boruto is Kawaki?
Yeah.
Well, he couldn't go
Yeah.
after Kawaki because it was Ada's
Crush.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was before Ada sick Damon on him like a pit bull. That was
true.
And then when they were leaving, she was like, Ada said, don't forget, Code, I'm watching you, so don't do anything. She warned them again before they left, don't mess with Kawaki, because basically she was like, I'm gonna kill you. At that point, she said, I will kill you. That's what she told Code. And so, like, he already said, look, I'm trying to become an Otsutsuki and decide whether or not I can kill you. So if he's already contemplating on wanting to kill Ada, it's like all agreements out the window. You just sick this little man's on. He just whooped me differently after I just came for talking about something I can't lose to nobody. Yeah, I don't care about your little boyfriend or your brother. They both got to go.
So, I mean, I think that Baru was alluding to the fact that, like, Code is not under the omnipotence. I don't know if that's what you was alluding to.
He's saying that Boruto should be Kawaki in his head. So why would he, like...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he shouldn't be affected by omnipotence because he still sees Boruto as Boruto and not Kawaki.
No, I think he is affected by omnipotence.
Yeah, he is affected. That's what you're saying, right, Baru? Like, he should see Boruto as like untouchable because of Ada's declaration, right?
Well, I'm trying to find an explanation upon why he's going after Boruto. Now, this could be an explanation that he just completely beat omnipotence already, and he's not beholden to that, and he already knows who the real Boruto is. So he's going after him and not really Kawaki because he's still respecting Ada. But like the idea that like he wasn't supposed to go after Boruto, I thought like that was like agreed upon with Code. I don't know. I didn't necessarily see the point where you just said, F it, I'm gonna just still go after Kawaki, quote unquote.
It was agreed upon.
Well, I mean, he did attack Boruto and Sasuke though. So I mean, that's
yeah. I was about to say it was agreed upon. Like at that, like she whooped on him, and then they ended the alliance. So it's like he can't just like like I'm not gonna. Code is stupid. He's a lot of things, but Code ain't no coward. So at that point, it's like, I mean, yeah, you can say this is headcanon, but like at that point, like. Ada made it clear her alliance is over, and she also made it clear if she ever sees Code come near the village or Kawaki again, she will kill him. So now the first thing he does is go back and make a 10-tailed army. That lets you know he's plotted. Like at that point, I don't care what you just told me. I'm gonna figure out a way to get what I want. So I can't say like upon the first interaction, but for a fact, at that point, any agreement between him and Ada is out the window. So Code is definitely under omnipotence, but that whole entire point of him, I would say, hunting Boruto those last 3 years is solely because like Ada is in the village with Kawaki, so he can't go after the other Otsutsuki, whom he would perceive as Boruto, right? And he's already been warned to not go to the village. And he also, he was planning on attacking the village, but he needed to make his army stronger. That's what he told Bug. He needed to make his clog arm stronger because Ada is there, and it won't be easy attacking the village with her there. So at some point in time in the time skip, he had to have come across Boruto and Sasuke and said, damn, that's my ticket. I don't like, there's no more plotting. I'm going to just chase after them. And then he realized, why am I chasing after them when I could just attack this damn village? And that's when, not the greatest plan, but I can see that's how like things probably laid out in his head.
There's got to be a plot hole.
Somebody said,
there's got to be a plot hole.
wait, hold on. This might actually fill that plot hole. Somebody said in the chat, Sly Rock 1000. He said he was affected by omnipotence. He accused Boruto of taking Ada from him at the end of Boruto Part 1. It was the last page almost.
Yeah, he was affected by omnipotence.
Yeah, that's true. My thing is, I know he was affected by omnipotence, but the reason why he didn't want to go after Kawaki, the real Kawaki, and I'm thinking, and of course in manga terms, is Boruto. The reason why he didn't want to go after him is because of life preservation. He understood that even if it was outside of the village, Ada would know where he is, and she, along with Damon, would just come kill him. Like, I thought that was the idea.
But how fast would he be able to, like, would she be able to get to him, like, as opposed to, like, all right, so, like, under omnipotence, at this point, the green target for him would be Kawaki, right? But because Kawaki is currently living in the village with Ada and the person who whooped his ass, it's like, he can't go after Kawaki. So even if he told her, like, in his head, I think we should just start saying Boruto, like, at this point, until omnipotence is reversed, let's just refer to Boruto as Boruto, like, as if he did everything that Kawaki did in Part 1, because it will be easier. But, like, if she already agreed to, like, basically say, oh, don't hunt down Boruto, don't do this to Boruto, and he agreed to that, right? So his original green target would have been Kawaki, right? But after everything happens, Kawaki is just chilling in the village with Ada and Damon. And it's like, we know because Code has the claw marks set around outside the village, so we know he's been popping up throughout the timescape at the very least. Even if that's the target that he's allowed to go after, the people he's avoiding is right there next to him 24/7. So the target he said he wouldn't go after, and mind you, under their alliance, it would be like, okay, but I see Boruto out here. She don't want me to go after Boruto, but like he's out here, you know? So it's not like the best, but like as for like the material, like the manga, the story itself is no definite answer. But the things are laid out in a way to where it's like, you know, they made that alliance and they made that truce. The alliance broke apart. Code attacked. Code made his declaration that he's willing to kill her if he figures out his feelings are fake. And then Ada reaffirmed her positioning and saying, I can still kill you anytime. Don't attack the village. Don't attack Boruto. And then he leaves, and then he goes on to does what he do. So
that's what he do.
At that point, yeah. So at that point, it's more like a breakup. It's like, you know, like you say things. It's like, well, I know they said don't call my phone no more. You go home. It's like I'm not never gonna call you. I'm gonna call, see what she doop doop doop. It's like that, you know. She did say don't attack Boruto again, and she emphasized it after they departed. But it's like Code himself, the character himself, didn't say it won't. Like even when he was leaving the Shinju, like when he left Jura, and Jura reaffirmed his position and saying, make sure you get after Boruto and find out who his accomplice. Code, as he was leaving, answered. He said, don't worry, I will do this, but don't forget to give me the chakra fruit. So even when Ada said, don't attack the village and don't do it, Code didn't say anything. He simply disappeared, grabbed Bug, and he dipped. And then we see in the later chapters, he literally is making 1,000+ claw grinds, and he tells Bug, I can't attack the village yet because of Ada. Or he says somewhere along the line, it would be ideal to attack the village now, but Ada is there watching. So we already know from Part 1, he's refraining from attacking the village because of her. So whatever happened during that time skip, however he came across, realizing Boruto and Sasuke were out there and not watched by Ada and Damon, because also, remember, Ada agreed to not look at them. So we know that she's not looking at whatever's going on with Boruto. Now, Code wouldn't know this, but still at the same time, regardless of how many attempts they came across each other, he had to understand, well, I done came across Boruto this many times and tried to capture him this many times, and I have heard no word from Ada. So I'm gonna keep on trying to capture him until I can, get him and make a chakra fruit out of the Ten Tails with him.
So, but why wouldn't he think that same thing with the Hidden Leaf Village? Like, if he just like Ada not reacting off of me trying to kill Boruto, she might not react if I enter Hidden Leaf Village to try to take Kawaki.
Because Ada and Damon is there, and she said don't attack the village, or or Boruto, or we can go. I'm not sure if you can pull up that the chapter free game. Let me see what chapter did Code.
But
after Code
I get the
versus.
idea. The idea, what you're saying is like it's a proximity thing. Like Ada's not near Cold when he goes after Boruto, so he doesn't really have that fear. I don't think that's an excuse. They move at light speed. Like if Ada wants to, and Ada knows exactly where Code is at all times. Like they could find Code like easily.
But then
And to be
you can
honest, I
even say
think
like
Ada said that.
you
Ada
can even
said
say
that
like
if you do anything, I'll find you.
yeah, she did. I mean, but even then, like, because when he's making his when he's making that Ten Tails army, and he's telling Bug he knows that like obviously he as he's making army, he knows that Ada's watching. He knows that she would be, should be, or eventually will be aware to whatever he has going on. So his whole idea was he's just gonna overwhelm with numbers. So if he keeps on making claw rhymes, regardless, whenever he's able to attack the Hidden Leaf Village, it won't matter if Ada's prepared or Ada sees him coming because he has so many. And at the end of the day, like Code himself, like his jutsu, like grants him the luxury of going dang near anywhere at any time on the planet. So it's like I don't even think, as far as like him saying, "Oh, Boruto is out there," like even if you think, "Okay, Ada's watching me," I'm pretty sure like no, I'm not even pretty sure. I'm positive Cole has enough confidence in his strength to engage in a fight and slip out just in case, understanding the possibility that Ada could pull up to the fight, but the slim chance that she's even watching the fight in general.
But shouldn't that be the same thing if he pulled up to the Hidden Leaf Village to take Kawaki?
But that's what I'm saying. So, bro, all right. So even with the claw marks that are already outside the skirts of the village, that lets us know that he's been popping in and out like the outside of the village since throughout the time skip, because they've been finding claw marks and all of this, that, and the third, sending Kawaki out to go shrink whatever claw marks he finds. So it's not like Code isn't showing up at the village, and like Ikimoto hasn't told us what he was doing throughout the time skip and popping in and out of the village, right? Other than us knowing that he was chasing Boruto for those times, like we don't know what business he had, because even the Hidden Leaf, he has claw marks around all 5 villages. That's what they said. So, like, bro, like Ada is there. Like, I don't know. Like, as far as like, because at that point, he would just have to have the memory of the ass whooping he got from Damon. Like, I don't think it's a smart idea. Like, even for Code, it wouldn't be wise to go to the Hidden Leaf Village. And even if Kawaki isn't your target, and try to take Kawaki, if Ada specifically said, "Don't come, don't interfere with anything she has going on," So even if I'm plotting on you in the long game, for now I'm staying away from you until I'm making sure like everything I got is going good. And if there's another opportunity that presents itself to me that I can hop on without you being there, I'm gonna take that. So I feel like it was smart in that regard. I wouldn't say he used his time wisely, but in that regard, it was smart for Code to prioritize Boruto over Kawaki in the village throughout the time skip.
I could accept that explanation, but what I will say is the series of Boruto was on plot hole watch. This might be one of the biggest plot holes I've ever seen.
I don't even think that one even. I agree with you on plot hole watch, but I don't even think that one's like too crazy of one. Like as far as like a lot of stuff, I chalk it up to Code just being dumb, and also like we can't shake that. Like I wish they never would have said that in the interview. Like Code was supposed to die, because now we already didn't take him serious. Now it's like, bro, we don't even know what was a throwaway for the character at this point. So it's like, I get it. I do get it, bro.
It's the reason why I say it might be one of the biggest plot holes is like throughout the entire series of TBV, he should have been going for Kawaki and not Boruto. Mm-hmm. And not even just throughout the time skip as well. Like I don't think we've seen like a legit mission of him even trying to look at what Kawaki's about to do, because we know Kawaki been going on missions. I'm not sure if Kawaki's just been in the Hidden Leaf Village throughout the whole entire time.
I mean, he probably still reveres him, because remember when he fought, he probably still reveres Kawaki in TBV, because remember when he fought when they fought in part 1. Now I'm talking about Boruto. He told him, like, "Oh, I wanted to see Momoshiki's true power," And then he was basically saying like, it hurts me to do this, but I have to, basically saying like, he told Boruto like, I got mad respect for you. Like, it's love out here for you, G. Like, you're an Otsutsuki, but I got to follow the OG wish, my big dog Ishiki. So if he still sees Kawaki as that, so he would probably still think like, okay, Momoshiki is inside Kawaki. So if I have an option, if I'm forced to, I would have to feed Momoshiki, which he himself said it pains him to do so. So we know how much of a devotee he is to the Otsutsuki. So we have to take his word for it. He did not want to feed Boruto / Momoshiki to the Ten Tails. So in this case, now that he understands Kawaki, well, in this case with Boruto, right, is the kid that he grew up with in Kara, the kid that he always had beef with. At this point, you're free game. You're in the middle of nowhere. Like the girl who was protecting you all these years ago is like in the village for some reason with the other Otsutsuki who already have revereness and respect for. It's like, why not just take Kawaki? Like the dude, why not just take Boruto, the dude who was ungrateful to Ishiki's blessing? Because that's how he sees it. Like, you should have been jumping for joy when you got this karma seal from Ishiki, but you raved in agony and you spited the entire clan. Like that, like Cole got genuine hate for this man Boruto because of these things. So I don't find it hard to believe that he's gonna prioritize him over Kawaki, especially within TBV, because then you take into account all the things we even didn't see into the time skip. Like he's adding those embarrassing moments on top of everything that already happened in the Kara organization and everything that happened in part one. TTYB, like he took Ada from him, right? He blames him from the death of Ishiki and the defeat of Jigen. Like everything is just being piled on top of Boruto's name. So like I don't think it's that crazy for him to prioritize him, honestly, within TBV.
No, I can see it. I can see that. You kind of convincing me. You kind of convincing me. My thing was, I thought he still had respect for Ada. I thought both the wishes that Ada said he'd essentially be following to like his deathbed, because he believes that he might love Ada and also he understands that he might die. But yeah, he might just be
crazy.
He might just be like, nah, I don't care about none of that.
Yeah, he had, at the very least he has to, because he don't got nothing else going for him, and you still trying to basically wag your tail for a girl that's not even like rock. Come on, bro, Code. Like you got too many L's. Don't be like.
No, yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, a different guy. But I do want to bring this up with the walkie talkie pod. I'll probably hop on their pod in a couple of weeks or something like that. But yeah, I literally just thought about this. I ain't about to lie. This could be a pothole, but you talked me down from a cliff. I ain't about to lie. You talked me down.
So you told me. Nah, that's actually. I mean, it's actually a good. They didn't do, like I said, they didn't do good at like explaining it, but just the way things played out in the linear timeline, it's like it just tracks like that. If you look at it like that, it would just make sense, because if you understand Code, like we all agree he's not that smart, and then we all understand he was affected by omnipotence. So just those two facts in general will tell you everything you need to know based off of everything that happened over the time skip and understanding Code's actions. So like, because we understand, and we've had this debate months ago on the pod, like why did Kawaki spend these last 3 years in the village? Who knows? Maybe he was ducking smoke from Code. Who knows? Maybe he was scared to step outside the village, right? Because like we don't know anything that was going down. So it's just it would. I can't even say put a stain more, because it's not nothing like it's not much I really care for the character, but it would definitely put more of a heavy stain on him if he would have tried to attack the Hidden Leaf Village throughout the time skip, and especially within TBV, solely for the purpose of capturing Kawaki. Because that would just tell me like you just ignoring the fact that Ada is watching and that Damon could whoop on you at any second, and unless you have some type of contingency, which we know he doesn't, as far as like going beyond the Claw Grimes, who eventually ended up turning on him. So like it was smart at the very least for him to not attack the village until when he did, and the whole reason for him attacking the village being to draw out Boruto. And I can say he only got that type of notion from his encounters with Boruto over the time skip. He probably understood, okay, maybe this guy's still still cares about the village. So let me just go attack this. I know I wasn't trying to attack the village. I was trying to avoid Ada. Maybe let me go attack the village and see. And it's like he attacked the village in a smart way. He sent out Clawgarm simultaneously. Yes, Ada can watch, but she can't be everywhere at once. She can see everything at once. She can't be everywhere at once. So he attacked the village wisely. He used the Clawgarms to locate where people were in the village, and then smartly attacked Sarada, because it's not like Boruto and him having conversations like, yeah, one of my best friends, Sarada Uchiha, I grew up in the village, you know what I'm saying? Or even like under the pretense of Kawaki, like Naruto adopted me, and then one of the closest people other than Boruto I got with was Sarada. It's more so like I would chalk like this is me throwing Code another bone. He saw that, okay, Boruto is with this Sasuke guy. Sasuke is the legendary Uchiha we know. Is only 2, 3 if you want to count Sakura, only 3 Uchiha in the world. How about I go attack this man's daughter? Because, they were traveling together all these years, so I feel like it took a long time, but he probably finally put 2 and 2 together. And in a couple of notions, it probably took a couple of paths to get there, though.
Yeah, could be. I just change the subject. Well, I didn't completely change the subject because I'm still talking about Code. But we were talking about him potentially having like a comeback. Do you think it's more likely that he actually does get like a comeback and actually does get like a crazy power and becomes like the actual core villain for an arc, or that he just dies in this particular arc by via Shinju hand or something like that, just like a side death, like no one really cares?
Oh, do you mean like within when you say within this arc, do you mean within like the next 5 chapters it's possible for Cole to die?
Yeah, something like that. Like even if hypothetically Jura beats Boruto, not necessarily kills him, but Boruto is forced to retreat, and then he gets the what is it, the soul balls back, and then Ryu kills him or something like that. What are the chances of something like that happening? Not necessarily that specific scenario, but just a Shinju or a random character killing Code versus him actually having an actual comeback and being the actual core villain for an arc.
Then we just gonna have to thank him for birthing Jura for us, because ain't nothing else he's done in this story. Ain't nothing, not a damn thing. That would be crazy. I think he might be the one to play everybody by the end. I don't think endgame for sure, but within the last couple of villains maybe. But
I think
even dying right now, it would be too close to Konohamaru, bro. He would be dying with what did he do? What did he do?
I think he'll be the one to backstab Jura. Because, in that last chapter, when they cut off his arm, he was talking about how he'll have revenge or whatever, or it's not going to go how the way he plans it. Something, I can't remember it verbatim.
He will have the last laugh.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that, too. That's what I mean. If he's not going to shake up, because I admit Code already shook up the story once. And I was one of the people in part 1. I was like, he's probably going to be the stepping stone for the next big bad. And long behold, Code accidentally created the Clawgarm. What created the Clawgarms and accidentally created the Shinju as a result. And now we have this current predicament we in. So, I can see him being important as far as, I don't want to say he's just going to be another stepping stone, because he was already used as the stepping stone. So I believe we might get a relief for the character, so a payoff might be there for the cool moment that people are wanting him to have. It might not last long, but I don't know, bro. I don't think he can die within the next 5 chapters, but I also I can't. Other than him shaking things up, I just can't paint a scenario, a valid scenario right now in my head of Code doing anything significant.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is actually crazy.
Yes, yeah.
So
what will he do popping up right now? How can y'all see him popping up right now and affecting the story right now with the Boruto and Jura fight?
Well, I see him pulling up cashing his Money in the Bank championship. Hypothetically, if Jura beats Boruto, but Boruto doesn't die, Cole could just pull up real quick and just kill him, or at least try to kill him. And do something crazy, try to feed him to a 10 tails or something like that, or even if Jura almost beats Kawaki, while because supposedly he wants to feed Kawaki to a 10 tails, but he can't really kill him. if he actually does something to Kawaki and like actually leaves him there just like lifeless, does Code then just like take Kawaki and feed him to the Ten Tails himself? I feel like that'll be like a way where he could do something serious.
Now that you say that, I actually do have a good question. Does Code have control of the claw grimes still?
I don't know if he has control of. Well, he should. I think he should have control of the claw grimes, and he should be able to go to and fro the claw marks on the Shinju.
No, he could definitely still use the claw marks because that's how he was trying to put his arm through Jura's chest. But like, as far like how we see Hidari and Matsuri and even Ryu, like they summoning claw grimes in the middle of the battle. Like Code, we seen him do it in chapter 1. That was before the Shinju popped up. But like ever since then, I ain't gonna lie to you, I haven't seen a claw grime in sight next to my man's Code.
No, so I don't know if I don't think. Nah, that's true, but I don't think he ever like really been in like a situation where he needed claw grimes and stuff like that. It could be the case that he can't control it though. I don't think that's surprising at all. Right now he's completely scared. Even if he still could control him, I don't know if he would.
That's because now I'm looking at them. I'm looking at them as like they're clones of Jura. Jura is the Ten Tails, so like everything main like that, like it's Jura. Everything starts and ends with Jura. So it's like Matsuri and Hidari, like they can summon these claw grimes, because obviously they have access to the to the claw marks, right? They can pull out the claw grimes and have them fight on their behalves. I get like at the end of the day that the claw marks have Claude's blood and DNA within it mixed in with Shibai's cells. So there's some type of correlation there, and we know that Jura has this reverence, or not reverence, I would say this respect for Code, because he still refers to him in a respectful manner, despite him looking down on him. He is very respectful when he speaks to Code, which is actually kind of crazy to me. So I don't know if like that respect kind of follows unconsciously with the claw grimes. Like say if Code, because I don't think it's out of the question that he can reach through his claw mark and pull out a claw grime. I think he can still do that. But if he does that, will the claw grime attack him, or would it bend to his will and fight on his behalf?
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I think it will probably fight on his behalf, but that opens him up to like all the Shinju using that claw mark to potentially just kill him. I feel like that'll probably be like a reason why he just doesn't use it.
Yeah, because that like Ryu snatched him right up out that box, and we ain't never seen that box before. But Cole was able to somehow chill inside of it, so I don't find it hard to believe he could still at least access like the places that the Shinju go to, because they come in from his jutsu in general, and at least access like the claw grimes. But it's a matter of like, will these claw grimes like they just pop up like based off like as soon as Cole pulls them out, they just look at him and start attacking him like on some Call of Duty zombies type stuff?
No, that's possible. That's possible, right? A lot, because they probably have more. They probably have more in common with the actual Ten Tails than Code. Like the only thing he really gets from Code is like his blood and his chakra, whereas like the whole clawgram isn't actual Ten Tails.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Literally a clone of Jura. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So I did have a question though. Who do you think gets their W, or who do you think gets a W first? Not Kashiko. Konohamaru. I always get the K's mixed up. Konohamaru or Code?
I'll let you answer that for you.
Say it again. I'm bad.
Who gets the first W, Konohamaru or Code?
Cold. I have no hope for Konohamaru, bro. Like, I think this is
you got hope for Code
more than I have Konohamaru, which is sad.
That's crazy.
That
is actually crazy.
He, like I said, he's keeping him in the story for a reason. So it has to be something.
That's true.
Yeah, I agree. I'll say Code.
I mean, they keep it Konohamaru too, but I don't know.
I don't get me started on my Konohamaru, bro. Yeah, we don't got deep dive into Konohamaru. We can stay on Code.
I definitely could see Code getting a W before anything Konohamaru does, man. I'm out here giving him props for landing and running straight, man. Like it's deep out here for real.
Yeah,
It's like
it's bad. It's bad. I went back to chapter 1 to kind of reread the dialogue with Cold and Sarada. I don't know, the plot hole idea is getting thicker, man. I don't know. Like, he said specifically, he said, I want to come back to fight against or to confront his friends. I can't find the actual page. But I lost that page. But this next quote is probably gonna be the best one. Oh yeah, matter of fact, I found it. He says, "I thought I'd have his former friends. I thought I'd have his former friends toward. I don't know why
Bro, you
it's
gotta read
worded like
more
this.
books.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I thought I have his. No, they got my guy talking like it's like the 1900s or something like that, or
It's
1800s
worded
something.
weird.
Yeah, I thought I'd have his former friends toward whom he still cares about summon him. I don't think Kawaki ever liked anybody. Well, except him and Wadi, I'd say that. But
I'm
and
like, all right.
he said specifically to Sarada, starting with you, I hope you can scream real pretty, so that it will reach him.
So I would say two things for that. So one, he would start with Sarada because the last few years he was chasing Boruto. He's seen Sasuke. He knows Sasuke is her father. She's the only other Uchiha. So if he has connections to somebody else in the village, it would have to be her because her father is the one that's helping him throughout all this time. And then two, to the former friends whom he still cares for, which is crazy. I even remember this. You got to remember back in part 1 when Kawaki first left the village, and Ada gave Code the tip, and Code confronted Kawaki. Before they were fighting, Kawaki and Code had that whole conversation, and then Kawaki begged Code to leave the village and everyone and Naruto alone. And Code basically looked at him and laughed. And he said, "You're in no position to beg for the lives of others," And he also said the same thing that others said. They was like, "You changed," the same thing that Boro said, the same thing that Delta said. Like, "Hey, this village made you soft. Like, you're not the type to care about others." And Kosuke, like, yeah, Kawaki begged. That's as much as I got, for as far as like a rebuttal. But like Kawaki did beg him to spare the village. So at one point in time, it had to have clicked the code. Let me see if he still cares for these people that, what I'm saying, that he asked me to spare so long ago.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, that could be that.
Yeah,
that
sure.
could be that.
So, who do you guys see in the next battle in chapter 23? I believe it is. Who do you guys see taking the upper hand? Is it going to be Jigen? Oh, sorry, I keep on calling this man Jigen. Jura or Boruto?
Jura gotta be. Yeah, well, I'd say this. It will be Jura unless Momoshiki gets involved. Borishiki flips the whole entire thing upside down because I still don't really think Kashikoji's account for Momoshiki.
I'm going to go with my guy Kido Maki and say I think it's the Jogan.
It could be. It could be.
You think the Jogan
do you
is going
think
to pop out next chapter? That's crazy.
It would have to be like, something's going to have to save Boruto.
True.
Do you think Kashikoji's counting it? Like, do you think this is a scenario he foresaw and understood there was 100% possibility that Boruto would join the battlefield to get his Jogan unlocked?
So I believe Kashinkoji has an ongoing contingency plan, and in every future, his ongoing contingency is him sacrificing himself. So despite how bad things may seem, it's like the reason why we see this calm demeanor is because he understands, like, damn it, at the end of the day, if push come to shove, I got to sacrifice myself and just hope that they can follow on the linear path after I die. So I feel like, I'm not saying that's for sure it, but I do feel like positively he has an ongoing contingency plan that he is able to implement in all of the future he's seen. And that's what, like, he's not trying to do that, but that's what he's going to rely on in a situation where, like, he can calmly tell Ada, there's no way he's getting out of this alive. But he's still so calm and he's chilling.
I can see that. I got high key see that. I can see that.
My bad. I'm ordering pizza.
What was the question?
So I'm sorry if I'm not responding. My bad. Hold on. So
facts. What was the overall question? I thought I had another point.
I was just about to say. I was like, wait, what was the question I was just answering though?
Well, my question was, who do you guys see and have an upper hand? But I don't know.
Oh yeah. Whoa, it was between Boruto and Jura. Yeah, I was saying, yeah, Jura is likely going to win. I think this could reset the entire arc. Now I know people don't necessarily want to hear this, but I think the arc got like an easy shut off switch. Just kill Jura, pretty much. But I think Jura probably beats Boruto and then retrieves the soul bulbs. So like Ryu's still gonna be alive. He's probably still gonna be up and walking around. Same thing with Matsuri, unfortunately. You understand what that means for my again, me getting the K's mixed up. We understand what that does for my Konohamaru. He's still gonna be in the storyline, which is bad. Regardless. Yeah. Yeah, so I think he's probably gonna get the soul balls back.
Dang, you don't see nobody getting resurrected.
I would say he gets one back.
Which one would it be?
Matsuri's. Because not to sound like that guy, nobody cares about Moegi for real, and people want to see Shinki.
I love it. It'd mean Konohamaru's not in the storyline, and of course we get to see another Shinki potential.
It's solely and then also if you want to go deeper, it's like I think Team 10 might get to fight Matsuri, so she's coming back. Like Ryu fought his ops. His ops would be Araya and Yodo, right? And essentially Gaara, but Gaara's in the thing. Like he fought his ops plus the hidden leave. Like it's just that Ryu had the weakest ones. Like, well, I wouldn't say I don't know. Let me not say I don't know. Team Shiki's beating the brakes off of Team 10, if we being honest. But Team 10 is very smart. You give Shikadai prep time, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's not too many people who can like stop whatever he gonna have coming your way. But I think Team 10 would definitely they're gonna have a chance to fight Matsuri. And Konohamaru should have a chance to properly fight her. I'm sorry, I had
all the respect. Like keep Team 10 there. Don't have Konohamaru there. All the respect.
Yeah, I mean the reason it just makes like Ryu has nothing else to offer to the story. Like he served his purpose, his introduction, his meaning, and then his defeat was all served. Now Matsuri is like they built like an emotional depth behind the character. So it's like you're gonna have to.
Gotta be. I don't know. It gotta be the most low IQ thing I've ever seen. My God, Konohamaru fell in love with the fake version of the actual girl he wants to get back. Like
I don't think he fell in. Nah, bro. I don't think he fell in love with her.
Stop it, bro.
He didn't fall in love with Matsuri, bro. He likes Moegi. I'll give him that. I'll give it. It's just that Matsuri is like. First of all, I feel like he's confused because he's like, this is Moegi's clone, and she's flirting with me. It's like now you can't help, and we already seen he's thinking about Moegi as she's saying his name. It's like he's not no dickhead. He ain't finna just off this girl. It's like I don't know, bro. Barry, you got me defending Konohamaru, bro.
Stop it.
That's crazy. That's crazy,
bro. The only person that's standing in the way of you getting Moegi back is this person. And you understand like the actual feelings that this synthetic human being has is the same that the actual real version has. Like, I don't see the incentive of keeping a fake version alive. There's just none.
He ain't been in the field that long, bro. Everybody makes mistakes.
Stop it, bro. Nah, bro. I can't let that slide. We've seen Konohamaru pull multiple females, and we also see Konohamaru on multiple missions. He been in the field both ways.
I don't got an answer for that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I never thought. I mean, bro. I guess you could. Yeah, he probably do. Like he's blushing to her, but I don't think he like. You're not pulling out two giant Rasengans on somebody you like, bro.
Right.
That's just a different way of showing your affection.
He actually likes. No, matter of fact, I'm not gonna ask. That could be the case, but that should be all the more reason to actually get the real person back, right?
You're right.
Like, you're feeling some sort of love for this person, so you can't actually kill them. But if you actually do it, you're gonna get the real version back. So that'd be even more incentive to do it.
You're right. I don't know, bro. This dude, bro, Naruto should have took him out with a couple of more missions back in the day, back in Shippuden. He left Konohamaru in the village too much, bro. He's domesticated. He's like, yeah, bro. He's like one of those. He's like Boruto's generation grew up in
So
a
he's
peacetime.
domesticated.
Yeah, because like Boruto, they grew up in peacetime. So Konohamaru, he was like that OG when Boruto and them kids was growing up, who would tell the stories and be able to tell them, but then like the kids would interrupt. Well, how do you know? Well, what about this? And then Konohamaru had to come up with a lie to compensate because it's like he's that like he lived in a time, sure, but he wasn't out there in the field putting in work, so he don't got the same type of like
I mean, he took out a pain.
experience. You know what I'm saying? It's like he took that they came to the village. If they would have never attacked that village, bro, Konohamaru wouldn't have saw his first fight until the tuning exams of Boruto. I'm telling you, bro. He would have had the same experience as Boruto and Sarada and Mitsuki, bro. Like, the dude, I don't know, bro. Like, he just not. I ain't trying to bash him, but like, he's not cut like that. So, it's not. Yeah, he folded for Matsuri. That's crazy, but yeah, bro.
And half.
He folded.
Like a chair at a picnic. That's just crazy.
Like the folding chair at the Montgomery Ball. he folded, bro. He folded just like that chair.
Yo, I got a question for you guys though. What character, OG character, would you like to see make a comeback?
You mean like Naruto OG character?
Mm-hmm.
Naruto Part 1?
Yeah, that's still alive.
I'd say Itachi. Itachi got to be like one of the most stereotypical.
Did I just not just say that that's still alive?
You said that's still alive.
Oh! I thought you. My bad. I ain't hear that part. My bad. I said that's still alive.
Like Itachi's still alive. Conspiracy theory, bro. That's crazy.
No, you know some of you don't know.
That ain't crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
There should be a Divine Arts version of the reanimation jutsu, right?
What
Momoshiki
did to Boruto? Would y'all count that as like?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like he brought him back. He said, "If I ain't do it, it's done." So he
kinda, but that was pretty much like a life for a life. But I don't know if he needed to do that, or because hypothetically, if Momoshiki had his own body, he could probably just do that and not necessarily sacrifice his own life. Yeah, I guess that could be like a reanimation. Like, yeah. But yeah, there got to be like a upgraded version to the reanimation jutsu. But yeah, but regardless,
I ain't gonna lie though, my guy Tobirama though, my guy Tobirama might have just created an anomaly with that one. He probably got the Otsutsuki scratching their head, like, bro, what? Like,
imagine.
I ain't never seen that.
Nah, they probably know how to do some shit like that, bro. Out the back, like I sound like 4Extra. Out the back, they probably know how to do that shit because like they said that. Like ninjutsu is just like pretty much a watered down version of shinjutsu. I don't know if all the like Otsutsuki use shinjutsu, but they use a form of it. They don't wave hand signs to really do any type of jutsu.
Yeah.
So.
They don't do the hand sign shit. But I'm saying about stuff like that has elemental base. I'm pretty sure that's all like it's derived in dojutsu base and Kekkei Genkai's. That's derived from them. But I'm thinking like stuff that's created. Like, so for Minato, that's an exception because he created the Rasengan looking at the tail beast bomb. And we know the 10 tails can do a tail beast bomb. So the Otsutsuki probably seen lots of tail beast bombs. But like Otsutsuki just see a nigga do like multi shadow clone jutsu. Like, what you think they gonna think about that? Like, I ain't never seen
it's interesting. They'll probably. Oh, I'm probably far away from my mic and I'm low. They'll probably think it's interesting, but they would most likely be able to copy it in an instant, just like he was able to copy the Rasengan, which is like most characters they take like a long time to even like be able to mold chakra in a way to turn it into a ball, like but. Them they do it like right then and there because what did Momoshiki say? Oh, what's that jutsu they use? Rasengan, and then just did it right then and there, and then was able to like convert it into other forms of a Rasengan, like the Rasendan, the little fucking the gun version of it and shit like that. So like, bro, they're masters of jutsu. They'll see that, they'll probably say it's interesting, and then like copy it.
Okay, that's actually a good. Nah, okay, I see what you mean there. So as far as the ninjutsu being like the what's the word a model use, like the watered down versions,
Mm-hmm.
I think okay. So if it goes, which I agree with the point you just made, but if we take that notion as like 100% like across the board, I think so. In the case where like you said, they never seen the shadow clone jutsu before, but they still they can understand its principles and just perform it off of instance because it's like you're still copying my power to do that. So like
Right.
there can be new techniques. The Otsutsuki, basically, what I'm trying to say, it could be new techniques they probably never done, but they can still do it because it's like it's like you just all you did was take something that already existed and try to mold it into something else. I just probably never molded into that, but I can still mold it into that.
Mm.
So, I never thought about it like that though, but I agree. Okay, I agree. Because I ain't gonna lie, I ain't never seen no Otsutsuki do no damn shadow clone jutsu. But at the end of the day, it's like, why wouldn't an Otsutsuki be able to if they wanted to?
If
So
they
yeah,
wanted
you're
to,
right.
yeah, they probably didn't see no utility into it. As far as like the battles we seen, because it was like, I mean, like I'm dominating both of y'all. What the hell do I need to make a shadow clone for?
He
And
said,
that
"What the?"
extra, I mean, like, what's the point?
That nigga Naruto summoned shadow clones, and Madara said something, and then Obito dubbed the sentence down. He said, "More airheads won't make a difference," or something like that. That was one of
Exactly.
the few times I actually laughed at a Naruto episode. That shit had me crying. Madara said something. He said something in that calm voice, and Naruto was like, "Huh?" Obito was like, he's like, "Yeah, just because you summon more airheads don't mean it's gonna make a difference."
Exactly, and that's exactly what they'll say. Like, I don't like. Yeah, it doesn't make a
He said,
difference
"Did I
for me.
not just beat you up by yourself? So you gonna summon another one of you so I could beat both of y'all?"
No, but I get it, but there for sure is some utility to shadow clones. Like for example, when Madara used like the 25 shadow clones versus the 5 Kages.
Oh yeah, that's different.
Oh, that's
Madara's
oh
just
that
like
that
that.
was that was like just doing too much though. Like he didn't even have to
That's
do
showing
that,
off.
bro. Like
Yeah,
yeah, he
yeah,
was just
that's showing
showing
off.
off at that point, bro. He was flexing his muscles, bro.
Nigga summoned 25 Susanos, bro. I'm like, there's no way, bro. What are you doing, bro?
Yeah,
We
that
seen what
was
they.
highly unfair.
Yeah, we seen what one of them did to the 5 Kage. 25. It's like, oh yeah, that's over. It's current.
Yeah,
Hey, I
that's
chalk
wild.
it up to the Kage though. They all still alive. Ain't nobody can walk around the earth and say, "Yeah, I fought 5 Susanos at once." Ain't too many people that can say that, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then all 5 of them are still Anoki dead, rest in peace Anoki, but 4 people, all still alive. So they lived to tell the tale. Like they fought 5 at once.
Five of them motherfuckers, and they wasn't even like no ribcage Susanos. These
Nah, them
motherfuckers
niggas
had
had legs and arms and
and
swords.
swords and shit. Yeah, Madara was a beast, bro. I don't know,
I
man.
get it.
They
That's
got
why I understand when people would be like, I be bugging with the Sarada, because I ain't gonna lie, Kishimoto wrote Madara to do some really crazy things that we never seen
mm-hmm.
before. So I understand. I get it.
Yeah, I think Sarada will have like. Are we talking like if we add a Mangekyo Sarada, if she doesn't have like the handicap of her passing out, maybe I don't know, but cause I was watching like I was watching the fight the war fight, even in like Obito's Renegade was like crazy, bro. He's bringing himself into different dimensions and shit like that. Like his shit was crazy. Sarada shit is crazy, but like when it comes to like other characters,
Once
their hacks is fucking insane.
once she gets used to it, bro, it's like she gonna be. And the whole
But
thing with her
that's
is like,
why we talking about right now though. Like right now,
yeah,
she would. I don't think she'll be able to fare too well against Madara. I don't know how that'll work out for her.
that's the thing. If people be like, it takes too long, like it goes out quick, but like within that quick time span of the what the hell is called the Ohirame being activated, it's like it's not like she not gonna be doing nothing. Like it's like nigga, if niggas get caught in it, that's my whole thing. Cause I genuinely be trying to think of ways for these characters to whoop on the Ohirame Sarada, and the only thing I could think of is ways for these characters to escape. That's it, not to beat the fight. So either wait it out or escape. And I'm like, well, niggas could wait it out for how long? Because once they introduce her second ability, it's like, now how does that contingency plan work? So even with just one eye, it's like, if you're even able to wait it out, right? But if we say like her power lasts for like 3 minutes, then that means it's just gonna take 3 minutes to end the fight. That's why I always say, like,
I
when
mean,
people
but
like she can't,
Madara
she
can
can.
summon boulders that are like fucking astronomically large that can most likely like block the Orihime's little bulbs that like that attract people to the gravity and shit like that. So like, I mean, there's certain ways that he could possibly like block that ability and like wear her out. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
And
I
then
mean,
and
yeah,
then like we was just talking about like he can make like 7 or 8 dudes with a Susanoo. Like who's to tell that he's not smart enough to like make a shadow clone where he's out of sight and then
that's the thing. Yeah, I
Sarada.
was about to say, bro, I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie to you. All of these people, they gonna have to fight Sarada 300 miles away, because it's like everything. It sounds nice, but like you can't do nothing once you can't move. And it's like I
True.
don't
You
know.
got a point.
I don't know. Like that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like if niggas is like, but at that point, it's like, why is Sarada squaring up with the nigga like in the next country? Because at that point, if you're trying to stay out of her field, it's like you're gonna have to be way out there. At some point, you're gonna have to be there. So you could be in the middle of jutsu, starting a jutsu. Like soon as you're in the field, all movement is shut down. Like that's why I'm saying like it's hard, bro. Like
I mean, bro was able to move his hand though. Like, so I mean, he was able to move, but he just wasn't able to like gain footing so he can like stand on the ground. He was floating towards the orb, so like he was able to physically move his limbs. It wasn't until I would assume she increased the
only
gravity,
the only I
so
was about to
it
say
was not like.
the only way someone can beat Sarada in the field, like within the same vicinity as her, is if they flex out of her gravity. And the fact that Ryu was able to move lets us know it's possible. But also, she ended up soon as she saw him move, she restricted his movements, and
Yeah,
then
that's what I say.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was like,
What if like
unless niggas,
what if like Madara, just for instance, it's just like just throwing
I was
this
about to
out
say,
there.
unless niggas think Madara can flex out of her gravity field, then I don't know what to tell you at that point. But like,
Not even flexing out of a gravity field. Like we all right, so it's already proven he can make he can make shadow clone. So like if Naruto can make 1,000 shadow clones, I'm pretty sure that fucking Madara has a chakra reserve to create 1,000 shadow clones. It makes 1,000 shadow clones as the gravity is pulling him up. You don't think that he can find a way to get away?
I mean, the shadow clones is getting sucked up too. It's not like they're not gonna get sucked up.
This is true, but you know how they're able to like switch places with certain objects and shit like that when they do like when they switch it with logs and shit. I can't remember how long
Oh,
like what they
substitution
did.
jutsu.
Yeah, like a substitution jutsu after you use a shadow clone. You don't think he'd be able to do something like that?
I mean, he could. I mean, normally they'll do substitution like once they get hit with something though. So like,
Yeah, true.
if he, yeah, so like, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, if people really like try to genuinely break it down, it's hard to come up with a
What if he's already there as
way
a
to beat
substitution
Sarada.
jutsu? He's already
You said
there.
what?
He's already there. He already had the substitution jutsu plan. No shadow clones, and then Sarada sucks him up, and then a log appears.
Bro, I don't know. I don't even.
Bro, they need to
If,
bring the old Naruto jutsus back, bro. We need more of those. What the hell is going on?
I ain't gonna lie. I think the last person did substitution jutsu was Al in that
Mm.
fight. But, bro, even if like I can't, I don't know, bro, because like being controlled by gravity, it's like we've seen substitution jutsu works with like physical attacks. So I don't like if he start getting sucked into the air, it's like he gonna try to what is he substituting from? I don't know, bro. Maybe he can, but it looks like once you come in contact with the orbs, they wrap around you. I don't know why people like bro. I don't know. Like it's just really hard to come up with a counter, especially for Madara. And we're talking like just like
What
it's
about his
hard to
limo
come.
clones? You think they will be affected by the gravity
The
since
limo
they're on
clones
the?
have a better argument. I can't say for sure.
So like, all right, so you know, she does the Orihime thing, and he creates his limbo clones. I don't think his limbo clones will be affected by the gravity because it's stated they're on like another
I
plane
would
of
say,
existence. So
let's say, I'm pretty all right. So I would say this because I'm pretty sure somebody brought up the limbo clones the last time we did that Madara thing, and I argued why they wouldn't work. But I'm gonna give him the limbo clones because even if you say okay, the limbo can touch her, let's say she gets attacked and she realizes she's getting hit by something she can't see. All we have to understand is that the limbos at one point they cross over dimensions because they have to reach point in contact. So it's kind of like the Obito thing. Like, Obito exists in two places at once, but he has to exist on this plane if he wants to make contact with you.
mm-hmm.
So, like, they can get near her, but as for like, and this is just like not even the main point I was gonna make, but this is like just
Is
to
that
add
really true
something.
though? Do they have to make contact? Really?
Physically, I mean, I'm saying if we go with the notion, that's why I say this is just something I'm adding on. Let's just because I'm saying we don't know if the limbo clone will even be able to touch her or not with those black holes in the vicinity, but they can touch her. Let's just say that they can. But even if they can, they have to physically touch her. We don't know. Like the black holes don't let anything come near her, so any physical touch could be ruled out. But let's just say that they can touch her, right? All she has to do is take the real Madara out the picture. So once she realizes she's getting hit by something she can't see, she just flies towards the actual Madara. And
I mean,
we don't
but
know.
it's
We don't know
different.
how.
It's different. Sorry to cut you off. It's kind of different
No,
when you're expecting something to hit you rather than when you're not expecting something to hit you. So the limbo clones can hit with the same type of force as Madara hits with, and Madara's hits is enough to cause the damage to Sarada. Then his limbo clone should be, should be able to hit him with the same type of force. So you don't think that would
40
like
guys. 40
knock
guys.
Sarada out, or like you don't think that would affect her orbs? Like you don't think that would cause any like damage that would distract her from controlling her ability
What type of?
accurately?
I mean, like the Limbo's clone is it's taijutsu. It's just taijutsu.
Yeah, nigga. You ever get punched while not paying attention? I have.
So I mean, yeah, getting punched, yeah, off guard is. I mean, but like I said, bro, we already agreed on the fact that in this world, your jutsu is gonna scale higher than
I
what you're
got
physically able to do,
I
right?
got punched by a baby off guard, and that shit hurt.
I'm saying though, but listen, your jutsu will be able to scale higher than what you're physically able to do with like your feet and hands, right? So we already seen her get off guarded by a Chidori stream from Hidari. Like, yeah, he caught her. She fell down. She got back up and she started fighting and boxing. So it's like as far as tight, because we know the limbos can't do ninjutsu. Like they not finna. I mean, they can punch and
I
kick her
mean,
like.
but she didn't see it coming, but she still had like at least a fraction of a second to brace herself in some type of way.
So then we would have to say Madara has to completely blitz her. Like she cannot understand that she's getting prepared to fight because Hidari caught her off guard, but she was in the middle of the battlefield, right? But if she's gonna be in a battlefield, like as a ninja, as a fighter, you're gonna be prepared for. They be saying in Naruto and Boruto this whole time, like the ninja must see the hidden meanings behind the hidden meanings. So it's like, unless you want to say Madara is just complete, like she's walking, she's about to get some chocolate takoyaki, and boom, a limbo just punches her. Then yeah, but like if she's on the battlefield, they size the and let's say I'm just giving Madara mad benefits right now. Let's say
I
Madara
mean, but
has reached
Sarda wouldn't
this.
be able to see him though because she doesn't have a Renegon or anything to
No, I'm not
proceed
talking
to.
about the limbos. I'm not talking. I'm
Okay,
talking about
sorry.
Madara
Okay,
himself.
my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying Madara himself. So even if they size up, let's say she gets hits by the limbo. If he would have to blitz her. Let's just say she gets blitzed randomly. Then that can be an argument. But even then, it's like it's just the punch. Like they would have to jump her. And she would have to keep on getting jumped to the point where she don't understand what's going on. But it's like they can't I don't she's not losing to just taijutsu from limbo clones from Madara. I'm sorry. No matter like how hard I try to spin it. And even if I say Madara is outside of her vicinity, all she has to do is fly to him. And we don't know if like the gravity of area that she's manipulating, how expansive it is, whether it's small, big, whether it follows her. So like I'm just saying, like, let's give her the disadvantage. It's a small bubble and it's an area where she has to travel, so you can be outside of the vicinity. If she just simply flies over to him, like he's GG's, bro. It's like she don't gotta touch him. And I'm not even trying to it's just hard, bro. It's hard to even think of like ways to beat that.
I just think that just the aspect of her not being able to affect the limbo clones will play a big part, and if she can beat him
I
or
think
not.
I think that is the best argument for Madara, for any version of Madara, is the limbo clones. So that's why that's why I'm getting like that's if you take away the limbo clones, nothing he got can do that.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I think even I don't know why, but I'm pretty sure the Sarada versus Kaguya debate has been circulating these last few days, and I think the main tweet was something like somebody saying he can't believe that there's people that actually think Kaguya loses to Sarada in a fight. The typical stuff. And I'm just like, bro. If you really pay attention to the story, it's like I ain't out here saying Sarada is straight out muscle flexing, punching on Kaguya, but at the same time, we seen Shorty match Sakura's strength blow for blow, and we seen the same Sakura, not the same, mind you, a 15 years younger Sakura punch the horn off Kaguya's head. I don't know what people are watching. Maybe I'm watching something else, and it's like I say the same thing for characters. Like
And she was
we're
caught off
arguing
guard.
ways for them to escape Sarada. So it's like with Kaguya, oh, she could switch dimensions, she can do this. It's like these are ways for her to escape or leave Sarada stranded, not to beat her in a fight.
Yeah.
All right. So if Madara summons a meteor on the battlefield, what does Sarada do?
So she can control gravity.
Yeah.
As for weather, she can simply this is literally she can manipulate gravity. So she can pull him into the vicinity and make the meteor drop fast. If she can control gravity, she can make the meteor fall faster or slow down, however she wants to do it. So she can bring him make him a victim of his own attack. I don't, it's like unless I'm not gonna say they won't because there's gonna be limitations, but we have to see. Is there a limit to how much can she get overwhelmed by how much gravity she's trying to manipulate at once? Because if that's the case, then I believe something like that giant size of a meteor would overwhelm Sarada and break her field of gravity. But if it's genuine, true control and true manipulation and true black holes, anything that touches it, no matter how hard, pause, fast, big, or small it is, soon as it comes into contact with that space, it's going to be affected to however she wants it. So whether it be it speeding up or slowing down or being absorbed by the black hole. So
My thing is, if Madara uses his wood style deep forest emergence, puts Sarada in a forest that is constantly absorbing her chakra, she's cooked. All due respect. All due respect.
It would have to get near her though.
I don't think he has to. You just make a forest using wood style.
But so as soon as the things I don't know. Tell me if I'm just using headcanon at this point, y'all. Tell me. But I'm pretty soon as the sprouts start to grow and the trees and stuff they're gonna just start going toward the different directions of the black holes.
I mean, you think she'd be able to suck the entire forest out of the earth?
Blame Ikimoto, not me. Ikimoto basically hey, she can manipulate, she can control what she wants. So if she sees it as an attack, as a sense of harm, as a part of your jutsu and decides to suck it up, from what we've seen in chapter 21, Pause. It will get sucked up.
Pause.
My thing is that gotta drain her chakra. We're talking meteors, a whole entire forest. How much stuff could she?
Yeah, that's different. I mean, at that point, you're talking Edo Madara was able to do all that stuff back to back. So if we doing Edo Madara, yeah, he can pull all of that back to back on Sarada. But it just takes one. All he got to do is get his hand, his pinky. All his pinky got to do is get caught in the gravitational field, and his whole everything's getting sucked in, bro. Pause.
Well, he could still do jutsu while he's in the air.
As much as she allows him to. So if he's not restricted, because we've seen Ryu perform jutsu, so I'm not gonna say no. So whatever jutsu is able to get off at the time, he will be able to get off, but they will get absorbed. And then two, especially if she believes it's a threat, she's gonna increase the gravity to restrict the movements.
I don't know. I get your idea. I don't think Sarada got that much chakra. I think all Madara has to do is use some jutsu to absorb chakra, and she's doubly cooked. she's doubly cooked. Like the deep forest emergence, I guess you could say you could bring up the idea that maybe she just gravitationally pulls the entire force. But Madara forces are big, like arguably damn near bigger than Hashirama's at a point. And if it's Jubi Madara with wood style, I all due respect, like he might put like a whole entire like the state of Texas over Sarada, like for real, like he might do something like that. It'll just be like a whole entire force just stealing her chakra. It's over.
If he can wrap, I'm not gonna cap and say nah. If he can wrap her around in that jutsu, like, it's GG's for Sarada. Like, ain't no way to get out of that. But I look at those black holes as like protectors. Like they not letting anything get near Sarada. And then on top of that, she can manipulate the space within them like freely, so she can fly. So like if she just goes up into the air, like the forest jutsu still has to come up from the ground. So if she just flies into the air and keeps a black hole below, like the jutsu won't even reach up that high in the sky because it's gonna get absorbed to the closest black hole to it. You know, it's like, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It's very broken, and I feel like this is just the quarter of her ability. So I don't know. I think if you can't flex out of it, and if you cannot somehow, like, I think Kawaki possibly being able to shrink the black holes is another argument. So flexing, shrinking, and those limbo clones are like the greatest, and then switching dimensions that Kaguya has. Those are the greatest defenses right now. So if you're not flat out just stronger than her, have out hack stability, or able to send her to another location, there's nothing you can do.
Like those are, but the main thing that we should be discussing with Sarada is just Hack's abilities. That's why I bring up the deep forest emergence. That's why I bring up the meteors. Well, the meteors that Hacks that'll potentially drain her chakra, like stuff like that. Like that's what I think would probably beat Sarada. Like physical abilities. To be honest, I don't any of the Naruto characters. I feel like physically, taijutsu wise, speed and strength, it's highly questionable simply because she reacts to Hidari. Like her react to Hidari, like damn, it puts her above like 8 Gates my guy at that point. He wants some crazy stuff. Like, reaction time wise, I'm talking, but like, nah, it's crazy. So like, hacks wise, like I'm pretty sure if I go through Mada's Rolodex, like, I'm just naming some stuff off the top of my head, I could probably find some stuff that Sarada would have some problems with, and not even Jubi Madara, just a regular Madara.
Give me something then.
I pretty much brought the deep force emergence, but let me go through to the Naruto wiki page right quick. Go through some of his jutsus. Yeah, but just to reiterate, most of this stuff when we're talking about Sarada power scale and who she's going to beat, it's going to come down to the hacks. What are they going to do against the gravity? What are they going to do against, you feel me, like her other ability that she could potentially get from the Mangekyo Sharingan? We're not even taking that into consideration. So, like most of the stuff is going to be hacks based. For example, like Sarada is going to have difficulties with hacks from like even like lesser characters than Madara, I feel like. But also, for example, speaking of, do we know could she handle like a Tsukiyome?
If her Susanoo could block that, I don't think so. I think a Rinnegan Susanoo is probably the answer to that.
Possibly. We did see Sasuke.
But also, we had to take into account Madara. So, like, we had to give conditions. So, like, he would have to do that entire tree. He had to have the Rinnegan awaken on the tree, and either Sarada would have to be beat up to the point where she allowed that to happen, or foolishly sat
like
there
the
and allowed it to happen.
I mean like the infinite Tsukiyome. I said that off the back of me saying like even like lesser characters like Itachi, like hypothetically Itachi's in battle and he just pulls out the Tsukiyome. Could she break it like how Sasuke did? I don't know.
That's actually a good. At that point, it's about how strong her dojutsu is. That's actually a good question. Would she be able? And I'm not gonna sit here and cap to you like I got an answer to that one. That would. I mean, I want to say because Sasuke did it, yes, because I do think her eyes are stronger than Sasuke's.
I think
But as far
Sasuke
as
was prepared for that though as well. He didn't go
yes,
into
yeah,
the
Sasuke
battle
was
like
like
yeah.
he had like prep time and stuff. I would say Tsukiyomi could probably like Genjutsu, an effective Genjutsu could probably work, but also Uchiha, like we can't just take it away from her. Like Uchiha have an affinity, like they are good at Genjutsu. So even trying to catch an Uchiha on Genjutsu is going to be like a little tricky. But at the same time, we talking about the goat, the OG Itachi, the big dog, right?
Facts.
So a glance in the corner of his retina will have you in last Wednesday's math class, right?
What?
But that's also like it's
What?
different out here. Just the glance, just the glance. But I'm not gonna sit here and say Sarada absolutely could. I could see her breaking out of it, but like that is I would give that as a way. That's a condition that can beat her too. Tsukiyomi, a very strong one too.
Yeah, because it took a lot out of Sasuke to break out of the Tsukiyomi. Like he was holding his eye in his head and shit like
Yeah, I
that.
could see that fold.
You said what?
Bar, I think you breaking up, Brody. Yeah.
Yeah, every time I open what's it called the Naruto wiki page, it's hella ads, so it'd be lagging my Discord. But yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
I just open up my phone.
What are you looking at the Naruto wiki for? So you can see.
I was going through Madara's jutsu list, seeing all the stuff that Sarada probably have some troubles with.
Oh shit! I wish you would have told me. I would have just pulled it up for you, yeah.
I think, bro. Yeah, bro. Other than the, I give the limbo, the deep forest emerge. I mean, even with I think the limbo is the best bet. But I give you deep forest emerges because if she gets caught in that, that's true. But I don't see how that even gets close to her. And then the meteor, it falls under the pretense of flex. So and also under the conditions of how she manipulates her gravity. So whether it's a limitation towards the strain put on her or she actually can freely manipulate gravity, it's just a matter of if she runs out of chakra or not. So if she can freely manipulate gravity and it's just akin to whether she has chakra or not, then Madara could summon 5 meteors. It's not going to do nothing because she's just going to manipulate the gravity and have them just be there. Like I said, speed up, break it apart, whatever. I don't know.
I got you right here, Bar. So, alright, we can check this out right here. Hold up, what the fuck? Share screen, bitch. There you go.
And that's why your laptop was like that. It's crying from all the verbal abuse, bro.
That's probably why it's cracked that motherfuckers like, you're so disrespectful to me.
Like, oh, I'm sharing, I'm trying for you.
But there you go right there, Bar. Hold on, I'm gonna scroll up and shit for you, but I'm gonna put it on the screen for everybody though, so they can see it as well. So hold on, bear with me 1 second. I bet we there. All right, so this is what you was looking at, Naruto wiki.
Oh no, there's like a scroll up more. Up more, up a bit more
to the top.
Yeah, no, you just passed it. Right below his picture, you can keep going down till you see Jutsus. It's gonna say see more and hit see more.
Jutsus. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. My computer's tweaking. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah, see, bruh, son, this website gotta chill with these ads, bro. Gotta chill with these ads, bro.
Nah, remember I told you I cracked my screen, so.
Oh yeah.
It started tweaking. Hold on, I'm gonna fix it right now. Give me 1 second.
It might be the site, bro. It might be.
Nah, that's not it. My computer just started tweaking like it normally does. I had it fixed. All right. It works now. All right, there you go.
All right, yeah. So essentially, scroll down to see like basically the whole list. Those are all the list of my guys' jutsus. So I was basically trying to go through all those and see exactly what would Sarada do to every one of them.
That's
But yeah, my
crazy.
computer started crashing.
What you see on there that can be?
I hit like 2 jutsus and it was cooked. It was already cooked. I went to Izanami. Then of course she's not evil, so she can't. Izanagi wouldn't work on her. Yeah. After that, it was like it's cooked.
Yeah,
It's cooked.
cooked, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's a plethora of jutsu though. Just looking at that, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a shitload.
But Ikimoto, like I always knew this was how it's gonna be for Sarada. Like, cause it's either two ways. Like, either you was gonna go like, and I feel like he did it with Boruto. Like, give her mad stuff, or just give her a OP thing that's like, damn. It's like, now what do you do with that? And Boruto, he can do like so much more, and then some. Like, he just got mad moves. Like Boruto just got different racks to follow. Sarada just got this one unbeatable move. It's like, yeah, well, I may only press B, but can you stop me from pressing B? I don't think so.
A fucking button masher.
Yeah, literally. It's like Boruto is the one with the combos.
They're the most hated in the gaming community, just to say.
Yeah.
Just to let you know.
You feel me? It's like that, bro. So I always knew it was going to be something. Especially, I always thought it was going to be with her eyes. Maybe something like, because I always thought she was going to be like an Itachi 2.0. She was going to be very good at genjutsu, very like, it was going to be like, oh, you got to watch out for Sarada's eyes and stuff like that. So I was always on that line earlier on, especially. But I never strayed from the idea, like, because I was under the premise of like OP genjutsu, like OP something like similar to Tsukiyomi, to where like she looks at you and is cooked, your GGs, bro. But I never strayed from the idea of it was going to be OP and manipulating gravity, especially to the point where like everybody knows, like, dang, we got to see her full ability. We still like, we're having these discussions and we're like, we're not even talking about like a skeleton Susanoo version for her, bro. We're just talking about her with the eyes and one ability, like, and we're putting her up against the best of the best. So it's like that in itself should speak.
What about her? What about the regeneration abilities? How do you think that will fare against the orbs?
The orb is gonna wrap around Madara and turn that nigga into dust, bro. That's how.
You can't regenerate from dust. Yeah,
you can't. I don't. It's quiet.
As every little particle is trying to get obliterated, he just regenerates those parts as quickly as possible. But now his regeneration, I don't know how fast his regeneration is. I don't think it was actually like instant.
If he really could, like Majin Buu, I'd give him props, right? I ain't gonna lie.
My only Majin Buu can come back from an explosion. That's it.
Fact. But on top, do you think the orbs is made out of chakra?
It has to be. It has to be.
Chakra. That's a good question.
That's what Is there any other ability? Well, except for Sasuke's Amaterasu that come from a flame that never stops burning or some shit like that. So it's possible that.
Even that's chakra.
Yeah, that's because what's the name? Jigen was able to absorb it. That's still chakra.
Okay, all right, never mind it.
So Madara probably be able to absorb the orbs.
I think. I'll say the reason I said Kawiki might can shrink it and not absorb, because I'm thinking the orbs are like a mass of space, so it might work akin to like the Kamui. Like you can't you couldn't absorb the Kamui. Like it's just like it's derived from a jutsu that requires chakra, yes, but the actual jutsu itself isn't like chakra. It's literally a distorted space that Obito uses to send his body parts or travel or send other things, you know?
Yeah.
So I think with this one, it's like if it's either a chakra ball, it's made out of chakra, something that can be absorbed, or is genuinely like a mass point of dense space created by Sarada, or maybe I should say opened in this case. Like she finds points and she opens them and creates a mass point of dense point of space, and that's what the black holes are that we see. Because the way it destroyed.
Wait, hold on. One thing too, I just want to throw this in there. Doesn't Madara have Kamui by that point as well? Then he still Obito's eye and obtain his Kamui ability?
It depends on which version of Madara we're talking about. That was he had it for like 1 second before he took it out and put the Rinnegan back in.
Oh he did. I was about to say he did. Oh yeah, he did. But he used it at one time, and then he traveled to the dimension to get the eye to get that ring out.
Yeah, you're right.
He did.
I mean,
Did take it.
That's still a version of Madara, though. I don't know.
Hey,
that'll probably be the best bet against her.
Maybe Madara can find a way to steal her eyes, and then now he controlling gravity.
If Madara,
if the orbs are actually chakra, it's current, but it's GG's for Sarada. All due respect.
You said say it again.
If the orbs are actually chakra, it's over for Sarada. It's GG.
If they are, yeah, I wouldn't say it's over. I mean, like, I would say if the orbs are chakra, it's a lot more win positions for these other characters. I would say that. But just I don't like that thing wrapped around Ryu, bro, and then it turned into like an exploding star. So I don't know what type like that looks like real world material. That looks like just straight mass. I don't know, bro.
But if that's the case, all Madara gotta do is send one of the truth seeking orbs at it. If it's actually like mass.
I don't know. What would the orb do to it though? Would it like
destroy it, disintegrate it?
It's like unstoppable force meets an immovable object. I don't because the orbs they destroy anything they touch, but we see with Sarada's black holes, it literally implodes anything it comes in contact. I don't know, bro. Maybe it might cancel each other out. It might.
I think the orbs will win because the orbs will be instant reaction, but the true seeking orbs I'm talking about. But with Sarada, it wasn't an instant. You'd have to you need more force for it to actually implode.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I think the true seeking orbs would be another thing that would
Sarada,
be like a handicap for Sarada.
Yeah, as soon as Shinki touched Sarada's orbs, she had to apply more force. But if hypothetically, if that happened with the true seeking orb, Shinki just dies on impact.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I wouldn't say she added more force though. It's hard to tell if that thing is like pause. I don't know why I said it like that, but if that black hole is growing, like how it's growing, or if it's just getting closer to Ryu. But it looked like the orb it just reached out to Ryu and then wrapped around him, bro. And it's like she's control. It may be either one or two things. She's controlling it with her eye, or because Ryu got within a certain vicinity of the orb, it just began to wrap around him. It's hard to say because it wrapped around Ryu and imploded upon him. But when what's the name? But when it's absorbing the sand, it's like the sand is just going straight through it, you know? So I don't think it's like it's physical. I don't what I'm trying to say is, just to make a long story short, I don't think it's physical enough to where you can walk up and actually touch and grab it. Because if jutsus are just going straight through it, and then when it comes to actual person, like you're getting wrapped around. I don't know how to describe what type of material it even is.
It could be the same, explanation as Kamui, where you could have it just pass through, or at least be inhaled type of thing, or it could just be like you could like actually materialize and make it physical.
That's what I'm saying.
If she does that and makes it physical, and the true seeking orbs touch it, then the true seeking orbs win.
That's the thing, though. If it's going straight on the trajectory, what is stopping? Like it's going into nothing. Like if it's absorbing it like a jutsu, like say she sees this truth sweeping orb and she decides to target it. We know whatever she targets goes straight to the black hole. Like I don't know how to describe it. Like it's just the black hole of nothingness. Like it's just going straight there, and there's nothing for the. You know what I'm trying to say? Like the truth seeking orb to touch.
But isn't the truth seeking orb supposed to be like a combination of yin and yang?
It's like a center point of gravity. It's like the pinnacle of all jutsu, like all 5 changes of chakra nature in one.
Exactly, in one. So like, wouldn't that disintegrate the truth, her black holes? If it's made out of chakra.
That's the question. If it is made out of chakra, if it's made out of chakra, he don't even need the truth seeking orbs. He can just absorb it.
But if it's really a black hole, it's like
They never said it's
That's a
actually a
science
black
lesson for
hole
everybody.
though.
At that point, we're gonna have to sit and watch whether it gets absorbed or the truth seeking or disintegrates it. At that point, we're going back to Bill Nye's the Science Guy class because I don't know what's gonna happen in that occurrence between those two
I
chemicals.
don't think it's a black hole, bro.
Look at it's hard to tell within the chapter, especially in the part where Ryu gets destroyed because she kind of turns it into a spear. But look at the what's the name? Look at the cover page for chapter 21, bro.
If it was a black hole, like I was watching this lady, she was really explaining black holes, and she was stating that like when you go into a black hole, you don't get disintegrated. Like the black holes is just like a place where like pretty much time doesn't exist. Like so, if you get trapped into a black hole, time for you wouldn't make no difference. Like you'll be floating in it, and then at one point in time you won't exist because a black hole pretty much absorbs everything, especially light. So you're not going to disintegrate the way that he disintegrated. It has to be another mechanism that applies to her jutsu. I
In
don't
the
think
sense of
so.
like an exploding, like when a star, because if a star explodes, it turns into a black hole,
Not
and
necessarily.
then not all the time. I mean, well, not like one. I wouldn't know like exact like 100% what happens, but
I'm gonna ask
a star,
ChatGPT.
a star exploding is a product of or like the start of the creation of a black hole. And you can also ask Chat GPT this too. That's a damn tongue twister. But once a black hole accumulates like enough, because essentially what it is absorbing everything around it and absorb light and everything. But once it reaches to a certain density and a certain point, all of that energy is dispersed outward, kind of like an implosion. That's why I say it's imploded, because everything is being drawn in and then everything is being released, as opposed to like a regular explosion and everything being just shot out. So in that case, like that's essentially what happened to Ryu. And then I was saying, here, look at the chapter. I'm sending it to the chat right now. You may not. It's harder to probably tell in the chapter, but just even the cover of chapter 21, it's like look at the background because that's her powers. It's a freaking hole, bro. It look like a
No,
hole with
okay,
just
all right, look,
formula.
all right, look, all right. Oh, maybe you're right. It says a massive star. It says a black hole is created when a massive amount of matter collapses under its own gravity into an incredibly small and dense point. And it says it starts in a massive star. A star many times more massive than our sun burns through its nuclear fuel, hydrogen and helium, over millions of years. Once it exhausts its fuel, it can no longer produce the pressure needed to fight gravity. Then the star collapses, the outer layers explode, and a supernova, one of the most powerful events in the universe, the core that remains begins to collapse under its own gravity. It says the core becomes a black hole. If the remains of mass is large enough, gravity overwhelms all forces that resist collapse. The core shrinks to a point of infinite density called a singularity. Then that shit pops up a lot. The region around it becomes a black hole defined by its event horizon, the boundary beyond which nothing, not even light, can escape. Okay, all right, hold on.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think I'm like that guy, but like I feel like I'm kind of smart off of what I said and then hearing what you just read, because I don't really look up information onto this type of thing, but like that's kind of crazy. Yeah, but yeah, essentially that though, like all that extra
I want to
stuff.
ask what happens if you get caught in a black hole though.
Everything gets absorbed. I don't know if that's what they said about the whole thing. What you were saying, like with you being absorbed into nothing, you can't survive that. I'm pretty sure, because it's going to a finite point. Like it said, like a single point. All that mass is being absorbed into a single dense point. So it's like once you come in, like you're part of the black hole. You're disintegrated. You're part of whatever mass that is, bro.
Oh, okay.
I'm
This
pretty
is
sure
this is what the lady was saying. Okay, I inferred what she said wrong. All right, so like if you get pulled into a black, as you get closer to the black hole, gravity becomes stronger, especially near the event horizon, the point of no return. Once you cross it, it's nothing, not even light, can escape. And it says you experience something called spaghettification. That's crazy. That's a crazy ass fucking term. The black hole's gravity is much stronger at your feet than your hand if you fall feet first. This extreme difference stretches you like a spaghetti. Scientists literally call this spaghettification. You'll pull thinner and longer until your atoms are ripped apart. And it says, time acts strange. So someone watching you from far away. This is what I was talking about right here. I misinterpreted it. That's why I thought the black hole was something different, like if you get caught in it. It says, time acts strange. To someone watching from far away, you seem to freeze at the edge of the event horizon. You appear to slow down and fade due to the extreme can't say that shit. To the extreme gravitational time dilation. But from your perspective, times flow normally and you fall in fast.
So wait, how the fuck do they know what it would look like? It's based off of like microscopic tests. Like
Nah,
how they know?
This isn't from tests because I mean black holes isn't even a scientific fact. It's pretty much a theory. They don't really know if there's black holes out there. So like they're just using like they're giving their best scientific guess.
So there hasn't. I'm pretty sure there's been a star. Has there ever been a star that exploded? Has there ever been a black hole in the world? Has there?
Not. I think they said recently they found something that resembles a black hole. They think it's a black hole, but they haven't really discovered a black hole. Hold on, let me ask Chpt because I was wrong before. So let me correct. Let me see.
No definite evidence suggests a black hole currently resides within our solar system, and the likelihood of a large black hole entering or existing within it is extremely low. However, researchers at MIT propose that tiny primordial black holes potentially created shortly after the Big Bang could be passing through our solar system, potentially causing slight orbital perturbations. So primordial black holes are theoretical. Oh, they're still theories still. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, ChatGPT says something different though. It says yes, black holes have absolutely been found, and scientists have strong evidence for thousands of them.
No evidence of a current. I don't know what the fuck going on then.
Nah, I mean, it just says some stars orbit around invisible objects. It says here how we found black holes. It says one, by watching stars move. Some stars orbit around invisible objects. These objects have huge mass but emit no light. Classic signs of a black hole. Example, the star S2 orbits something and is visible at the center of a galaxy. That something is a supermassive black hole. And it says,
how about, have we ever observed a black hole?
Let me see. It says we got a picture.
Okay, so yeah, it's just that it's not in our stratosphere. There has never been a black hole in our stratosphere, but they have observed black holes before.
Yeah, it says we got a picture in 2019. The Event Horizon Telescope released the first ever image of a black hole in galaxy M87. It showed the glowing ring of hot matter around the event horizon.
And you can get burnt to a crisp too. Yeah, it's quiet, bro.
Yeah, Trefax. It says type of black holes we found. Stellar mass black holes, few times the sun's mass, found in binary systems. Supermassive black holes at the centers of galaxies. Intermediate mass black holes, rare but evidence is growing. So they don't know about that last one, but it says evidence is growing. So yes, black holes is not just a theory anymore; they're real, and we learned something more. Yo, that just reminded me. Like I was watching something that was interesting. I was one child like related to Boruto. It was about, you ever heard of a what is it called? I guess you can title it a scientific facility. Oh shit, let me take this off the screen. But basically it's called CERN. But my bad. Let me just make a long story short. It's called CERN. You ever heard of CERN? Okay, so what they do at CERN is they have what's called a hydrogen collider or a particle collider. And what they do is they take particles and they collide them together at this almost the speed of light. And they collide them to see if they can recreate the Big Bang, basically. Is what they're trying to do. It's a facility, and I can't remember what country it is. or whatever. But they were saying since that happened, like there's been like kind of like lapse in people's memories about a lot of stuff. That's why you hear. I know you heard about like the what's that shit called, the Mandela effect and stuff like that. The Mandela effect, like kind of that theory came around when CERN actually activated the first particle collider, and they found something called the Higgs boson. Higgs boson is what's called the God particle. So they found another element basically, and they named it the Higgs boson. So they say basically like they're like doing this, and they can potentially be opening up like black holes, or they can be opening up like portals in other dimensions and stuff like that.
So but these particles would essentially be what? Essentially, they said created the Big Bang, so like created the universe. So they're trying to say, so they can't create nothing within the. They can't create nothing with it.
No, not in a sense. They're just trying to recreate
Fucking
the
black
Big
hole.
Bang.
They're trying to kill us.
They're trying to recreate the Big Bang. They're trying to see like what happened with the Big Bang and stuff like that. Like pretty much to prove it. But like with them doing that, like you can have one goal, but when you start like messing with shit like that, it can cause other types of things to happen. And then it's like that's what I was going by. Like,
I believe it. Not in the Big Bang. I believe this. Like they did some dumb stuff like that, and that's why we got the Mandela effect. That don't sound crazy to me. Yeah. Humans, we are crazy. We are not the.
And it's crazy because like the way I was like trying to tie it to Boruto is because like Ada did the whole omnipotence thing, and that like when she did that affected everybody's memory. Like it changed how everybody viewed the past. So like you know what I'm saying? So like she kind of like did something like in that aspect. That's true. Like I'm not saying this what's that theory is true with the with CERN and stuff like that, but I was watching this shit on it, and it was talking about like when CERN activated at first, that's when a lot of those things came up with the Mandela effect and stuff like that. It's because it somehow altered people's memories, or because you're not their memories, but their perception of their memories.
What they remember,
yeah. So like they was doing like the Bernstein Bears, and I would like a lot of people remember it being the the Bernstein Bears, but it's spelled the Bernstein Bears. But a lot of people remember being the Bernstein Bears, like just little shit like that, and like I think Kazam or something like that. Some movies it was like I know for sure this was the name of the movie, but you look at the movie covers now, and it's not the same thing that you actually remember.
Yeah, that's the only one I had Mandela effect for Chick-fil-A, because it's. I don't know if I just hit my mic. My fault.
No. You say you had the Mandela effect with Chick-fil-A. That's
Chick-fil-A. Yeah, because isn't it spelled CHICK?
No.
Dash.
No.
Yes, I remember me and my homegirl. We had this talk like a couple years ago. When I was like, I sent her a because I was driving, and son told me like, why the fuck? I was like, why the fuck this Chick-fil-A spelled CHIC-A? Chick-fil-A. I mean, C, basically no K. I'm like, so I took a video on some like, damn, look at this ghetto ass Chick-fil-A. She told me a voice recorder like, nigga, what's wrong with you? That's how Chick-fil-A. I'm like, what? I'm like, girl, you got a CHICK, and that I swear, even to this day, bro, them niggas changed that shit because it was
no way, never. No, I can't agree with you.
It was always a K in that shit, bro. It was always a K in Chick-fil-A.
Nah, you
thought it was a.
No, it's not.
What are you talking? Nah, well, fact, but Google it right now. It's a K in Chick-fil-A.
Is it really? Hold on. Ain't no fucking way. Hold on.
That was a ghetto Chick-fil-A, partner. You was cooking.
They sign fell off, is what you're saying? That letter came
Chick-fil-A. Thank you. Okay, so it is a K in Chick-fil-A. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, shit.
I ain't no tweak. I knew it. Wait, this isn't right, though. This isn't right. Yeah, hold on. This Mandela effect shit is real because now I'm being gaslight. Because I know for a fact I was on niggas' ass for Chick-fil-A just having a C, and now all of a sudden all of these have K in it.
Did you do the research when they said that shit to you?
I'm being gaslit right now. I remember that day because I accepted it. I was like, maybe I just been spelling it wrong. So maybe I thought it was spelled without a K, and maybe I just got it backwards. But either way, I'm getting too confused right now because that'd be like a double entendre Mandela effect right there. Because then now I'm just lost. But I could have sworn, bro. I'm not could have sworn. I know for a fact I had like damn near a day worth of an argument about like how Chick-fil-A was spelled, and I had to accept the fact that apparently I was wrong.
Yeah, I thought you was wrong too. Oh, shit. All right,
Nah,
you
I
got
think
me.
I think my original argument was that it was spelled without a K because
Oh,
the
without a
fact that I'm
K.
seeing all
Okay.
these, I'm seeing all these Ks. I'm not being gaslit like that. There's no way I was that right. I'm because I was like, bro, there's no way. Yeah, so I thought it was spelled without a K.
Yeah,
So
I
I
always
saw the
thought it with a
Chick-fil-A.
C too. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Just
I
a
saw the
C.
Chick-fil-A with the K, and I'm like, why the fuck they got the K in this Chick-fil-A? And then she was like, that's how they spell it. Yeah, that's what it was.
Bro, I'm about to, bro, you had got me for a second because I was like, yo, I swear to God that shit was always with it.
Hey,
Just
that
a C.
Mandela effect is real, bro. They out here trying to collide particles right this minute.
Yeah, y'all should check out that if you ever want to do some research on it. It's pretty interesting though.
I'll mess around and tap in, but I ain't gonna lie, partners. I gotta hop out. You feel me? I gotta wake up at like 7 to in like 6 hours. I ain't about to lie.
Oh,
I got a
facts.
nice long
Did
work
you?
day ahead of me too.
Me too. Did you have any quick Negro news you want to go over?
I did, but it's almost done. So we could have talked about DDG and Holly, the Diddy case,
Oh yeah,
more stuff.
yeah. Okay, we can do that another time. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
We could do that on the what's the name community, the birthday community pod.
Yeah, facts. All right, yeah, we can do that. All right, partners. I'll catch y'all later.
All right.
All right, for sure, y'all.
Oh yeah, everybody that wasn't here at the beginning, wish my man Black Uchia a happy belated birthday in the chat.
Yes, sir. And wish my guy Free Game a happy almost birthday, and then wish him happy birthday on his birthday.
Facts. But yeah,
and next Saturday. Huh? Next Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, I believe the sneak peek should be out. I think that's the 14th. So yeah.
Facts. Let's go. All right, we'll catch y'all on the next one, guys. Peace.
All right.
Peace.
Oh yeah, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we appreciate y'all for kicking with us, having this conversation, and thank you. Jordan for the $2 donation. It's really appreciated. Happy birthday to my man's Black Uchia. Birthday's coming up. Probably gonna do a birthday pod. If you want to donate to your boy for his birthday, you can always send it to Nino Paid 2 on Cash App. I'm just playing. Y'all keep y'all money. You have a good night. Peace out.